on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Prem de la Creme. As you guys can see, we do have a lot in store today. As you can see here, we have a greatest of all time bracket. It's going to be a tough battle because we do have an Arsenal representative in Mac. We do have a Chelsea representative in Hamza, and we have a local representative in Nikhil. I'm going to be playing host. I'm not going to really be getting too involved unless there is. I mean, it should really be a split because we are 3 panel members here today, 4 including me as the host. But we're going to see if there is going to be a debate in some area where I'm going to have to step in. I'll step in if needed. But yeah, we have this bracket for the greatest Premier League players of all time. I have amazing guests with me here today. Let me allow them to introduce themselves. I'll start off with TFE, Mr. Hamza.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to represent Chelsea and take them to the final round. I'm excited to actually get into this because I think this is going to tell a lot about who people are, what they've got going on inside their mind. It's based on the opinions they're going to show today. So make sure to stay in and watch this show because you're really going to understand who knows ball and who doesn't.
That's true. I'm going to then hand it over to man like Nikhil, sing on the cup.
How's it, guys? As you can see, I'm a Liverpool fan, and I'm here to also let you guys know that we are not only biased to our own club, but we look at all the clubs equally and respectfully to try and understand who's the greatest Premier League team of all time from the team that Nawaz has put together. So we will look at this with facts and knowledge and not be biased.
We can only hope so.
For you.
Speaking of biased, we got Mac representing Arsenal. Mac, please introduce yourself.
What's happening, guys? I'm representing Arsenal, and this is one we're not going to bottle. Let's get it.
So as you guys can see on the screen, we have a bunch of different teams going head to head, and then we'll see who can make it to the final and who will be crowned Prem de la Creme Premier League team of all time. Okay. Now the matchups, there might be some questions there. There might be some debates. There might be some teams that couldn't make it. I guess one of the teams that you guys can say honorable mention, Hamza. You have any team in mind?
So the corner flag is, there's words I want to use for him today, but I'm going to try and build up to the aggression. But the fact that Antonio Conte's 16-17 side is not in this is not only shameful, but it's actually disrespectful. So I'd like to give them as I'm not even going to give them as an honorable mention because they should be in this list. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so that's one of your honorable mentions. Okay,
no honorable mention. It should be there. There's not honorable mention.
It should be there.
Over, I would say
it should be there over which team? Should be there over which team?
3 teams. We'll get into it later on, but there's 3 teams I'm looking at right now where I'm like, Fugazi, cheeks compared to Conte's Chelsea.
All right. Any honorable mentions?
For me, I believe that when we say the greatest Premier League of all time, with everybody we have here, they're Premier League winners. I believe that some way or somehow, the Liverpool 18-19 team, even though they were not Premier League winners, I feel that they were a better team than the 1920 team that won the league. They were a better team than the 1920 team. But this team is here because they won the league. But I believe that team was better and maybe could have been here. If there was space for more teams, I would say that the Liverpool 18-19 team.
That is fair because only went 1 game undefeated. It was their game away at Manchester City against the eventual winners. Yeah. Mac, any honorable mentions?
No, bro, I think I would have went for all of these ones. But besides, I don't think Leicester were. Leicester's understandable underdog story, but yeah, we'll get into that later.
Any other Arsenal team that maybe could have been in here besides that one?
One day. Our FA Cup teams.
Which one? No, but
the one where Bobby got the trophy.
100%. Cementing his legacy at the club.
Chariot, yeah. We even got a comment here saying, where's the 18-19 Liverpool? Yeah, like Nikhil even mentioned. Yeah, strong team. However, let's keep it strictly on Premier League winners. Okay, that is what we went for. Now the matchups, before we go into each head-to-head, the matchups, I'll just give you a bit of backstory. Obviously, Liverpool versus Leicester, it's both a good story. Leicester obviously winning it against all odds. Liverpool ending their 30-year drought. That was the reasoning behind matching them two up there. You got the 99 treble winning Manchester United team against the Man City 2002-2003 treble winning team. You got the 17-18 Centurion team up against Manchester United again. This time the double winning team of 08. And then you got the Invincibles against Chelsea's 15 goals conceded record team. That's also going to be a good battle, and we're going to be seeing can Hamza win Mac? Can Mac win Hamza? That's going to be a spicy one. But let's start off then with the Leicester 15-16 versus 19-20 Liverpool, because 15-16 Leicester, as much as it was a fairy tale story, they also had some world-class players, which we never knew at the time. Vardy getting that 11-goal consecutive record, the rise of Kante. You got Riyad Mahrez, also the rise of Riyad Mahrez, Schmeichel. And then obviously you got Liverpool here, ending their 30-year drought. Some absolute all-timers in that team as well. I'm going to give it to you all as the panel. If it's a fast one, if it is or it is, if it's a debatable one, let's debate who goes through.
I would say this is a really good matchup, because I would say they're probably on the lower side of the greatest Premier League teams, right? But they're great for both different reasons, right? Obviously, Leicester, it's probably never ever going to happen again. They were basically getting relegated to then, as you said, unearthing Kante, unearthing Mahrez, unearthing Vardy, and eventually unearthing the Premier League, right? Which is something that we probably will never see again, you know? And that 2019-20 Liverpool, as Nikhil said, that 18-19 Liverpool team was unbelievable. This 19-20 team was even more dominant, right? But they just didn't have a City on fire at that point. But I wouldn't want to take that away from how well they did. They've got 99 points at the end of the day, you know? But I'm open to this, Nikhil, and I feel like this is your job now to kind of sell to me and Mac why the Liverpool team is above Leicester. But they're both great in their own way, but I'm open to it. I'm open to either or. You muted, Nikhil.
So look, in terms of both the teams, you're looking at it. One is fairy tale, one is shock. Because the fairy tale thing was for Leicester City to obviously go ahead and win this. I believe that, look, they won it with the team that they had. Every player that they had, I feel, stayed fit for almost the entire season, and they worked with what they had. They had a small team. Liverpool, however, came from a team that were in the 18-19, lost the league by 1 point. They took the same team that they had, and they obviously just maintained the consistency like crazy. Okay, yes, other teams fell off, like Manchester City and things. Liverpool, like, say, ran away with the league. We thought the league was going to stop as well when we were finally going to win it. But as I said, I'm not being biased in terms of matching up both of these teams, because Liverpool was so close in winning the league in the 18-19 season that we could almost see it happening. It had to happen after that in the 19-20 season. We didn't know if Man City were going to continue playing the way that they did. I mean, we went from losing one match to the champions 2-1 to then, I think, only losing games in the 19-20 season after we had already won the league. And you look at
across both those two seasons. I was going to say across both those two seasons, Liverpool only lost 4 times.
Yeah, and I mean, after that, Man City came to our home and they were trying to make a statement. I think Sterling got his first goal at Anfield and things. So overall, for me, looking at the comparison, I believe that Leicester City and what they did is more shocking compared to what Liverpool did, because we saw it coming from Liverpool, and what Leicester City did with the players that they had and how they just did it against every team. You had Riyad Mahrez cutting left and right against Chelsea. You had Jamie Vardy scoring a wonder goal. Yeah, you had him freaking equalizing, or was it 11 in a row for Jamie Vardy, breaking United's record. The N'Golo Kante, the Huth, Wes Morgan, Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez. It was phenomenal to watch. Yes, it was a once in a lifetime thing that happened, but the consistency that team showed against every team that they played was phenomenal. And that's why I think it's, when you look at shock versus some fairy tale, I think fairy tale wins it over shock. Yeah.
Fairy tale wins it over shock.
Because fairy tale wins it over shock because, and I know we're talking about it now because Liverpool have already won the league, but if you came to me about this after the 1920 season and Liverpool had won one and Leicester had now won, it's a different scenario to look at it. Now, okay, Liverpool won another Premier League. We're trying to fight for it, maybe hopefully next season or something again. But comparing the two, one, it can happen again for us. It's not going to happen for Leicester. Not even again. So looking at it from now in 2025, what Leicester did and the way their team played was just phenomenal. So what was it like?
So are you saying Leicester over Liverpool then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Leicester
Leicester.
Liverpool's only representation.
Bro,
Wow.
Oh, so more because of the fact that it was a fairy tale.
Yeah.
that's a
And also we're
shocking
looking at it
decision. Eh?
now. And we're looking at it now after Liverpool had obviously won. Okay, if you look at both the teams of Leicester City and Liverpool, and you look at the rarity of this happening again, what do you think between the two? Who's going to win it again?
Yeah, but Liverpool got 99 points.
I know.
Yeah, we look at it.
Bro,
We look
are you
at it
listening?
in
They've won the
isolation.
league by
Exactly,
November.
bro.
Having not won the league for
I
30
understand.
years.
I know that. I understand that as well.
And
but Leicester City
listen, I
dominated
don't even have
almost
to
every team.
explain
Yeah.
my side of the story. Okay,
Yeah, let's go
Because
to Mac.
basically-
Let's go to Mac. Let's see what Mac says.
I don't even have to explain my side of the story because literally Hamza and Nikhil explained it perfectly well. But you can't put a fairy tale story of someone who, like Hamza said, got 99 points, bro. If they didn't lose to Watford, like you said, yeah, snatched the unbeaten run, they would have been also invincible.
I
Think about it
understand that,
way,
but they
bro.
were the lowest wage bill of any Premier League champion. How do you do that?
Yeah, bro, but that's not a greatest Premier League team of all time. You saying Simpson at right back or Delete at right back is part of the greatest all-time team in the Premier League.
That's right.
Oh, it's
But
better
Leicester
than
City
Trent
was-
at least. It's better than Trent.
But Leicester
Nah,
City,
bro,
right?
nah.
And nobody was
Not having
competing,
that.
nobody else was competing for the league that year. When Leicester beat City 3-0 or 3-1 at the Etihad, they'd won the league at that point. They were facing
Bro.
Tottenham, right? Tottenham finished second and a third in a 2-horse race. You know what I mean? Like this is who they're facing. I know Leicester's a fairy tale story, but it's crazy to me that you're not fighting for Liverpool here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think I'm doing it because when I look at it, and it's Leicester versus Liverpool in the season, and I mean, if it was Leicester versus maybe majority of these other teams, yeah, I would have chosen the other team. But because of the 1920 Liverpool team, because of what Leicester did, and I just feel the way they did it, the wage bill that they had, the wins that they got, the records that they broke as well, the individual records obviously of Jamie Vardy as well breaking, and just what their team did. It's just crazy for me. And I mean, I think I look at it more now because Liverpool have already won another league. And as I said, if I looked at it back then when we had just won, maybe a different case, because I understand Liverpool got 99 points, but the season before that we lost the league by a point without, I think, with just one loss. Whereas Leicester City came and did this. And I said, it's the greatest
Okay,
Premier
Nikhil,
League team.
Nikhil, sorry, just pause just for a second, right? Let me ask you this, right? Because yes, they are shocking. But if you played a one-on-one game, 2015-16 it's Leicester versus 2019-20 Liverpool, you tell me, how does that game go and who wins?
I'm not going to say Liverpool
question.
were the best defensive team in the 1920 season. We did outscore teams. We weren't as defensive and good as we were in the 18-19 season. But Leicester City with that
We're
attack
still
in their
strong.
prime,
We're still strong in
we were
1920.
still strong. But Leicester City with that Jamie Vardy, N'Golo Kante, Riyad Mahrez against Van Dijk, Lovren, because Lovren was playing part.
Oh,
playing
my team.
majority of-
1920. 1920 was my team, Wilson.
and matchup, yeah, it's a tough one.
But Van Dijk was one of the best defenders in the world at that point. So
Bro, you could have won
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
that was actually Prime Van Dijk. That was Prime Van Dijk.
100% he was, but
Prime
Jamie
Alisson.
Vardy was like doing crazy things. Riyad Mahrez was arguably maybe the best right winger. N'Golo Kante, probably the best holding DM. Robert Hood and freaking Wes Morgan were playing like bloody prime Vidic and
I
Rio.
know I said I'm gonna be the host and I get involved that much, but I feel like since I am also a Liverpool rep in some way somehow, we like Hamza said, once off game I think there's only one winner, right? And then the reason also why I matched these two up together is because of the story. So we talking a lot about Leicester, fairy tale and all that. People are forgetting this is the Liverpool team that broke their 30-year drought. Like Jurgen Klopp, after being a point away from it, accumulating 97, to have the mentality and the strength to keep those players and say, let's go again. Let's try again. Like that 18-19 season could almost collapsed Liverpool again and sent us even further back. All those years of progression could make us go further back. So I think the 19-20 season and us getting over the line and once those players who, let's not forget, there's all-timers there. Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, Bobby, Mane. Mane also that season. Like, let's not forget how strong Mane was. Mane also won us the Super Cup that season against Chelsea in the Super Cup final. So, no, not even throwing shade. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to make an argument here for this 1920
No,
team.
100%. Look, for me, it's not a. I feel like it's closer than what people think in terms of that because it's a matchup of two shockers. or not shockers, but as I said, one fairy tale, one obviously breaking a drought. And I mean, with the drought that you said was broken, I understand that but it was Liverpool's own drought to get broken.
Yeah.
We created that drought kind of for ourselves.
Leicester never had a drought. Leicester, there's
That's
never
true.
been water, bro. It's just been dry. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
say
Yeah, so there was like no
Liverpool won the
expectation,
first
and they were
in
riding
30
the
years.
wave.
Leicester won the first in 120 years of their existence,
Mm.
bro.
Yeah, but all that tells
Basically,
me is that
wait.
Liverpool had more pressure.
You know what, Nikhil?
Both-
I'm with you. I'm with you now. You
Wait.
tell me.
You I
I'm
don't
not
think there's a
with
side
anyone
even
there.
that should be chosen here, bro.
Yeah,
Listen to this,
Mac
okay?
brings up
Both
sense
of
here,
them
man.
had mental resilience. Fair enough, okay. But the question is greatest Premier League team of all time, not fairy tale or underdog story of all time.
Yeah. Let's also
No,
remember
but
that.
all
Let's
those
also
players
remember
turned
that.
out to be unbelievable. Like £1 million for Vardy from Fleetwood, 500k for Mahrez from La
I get
Havre.
that,
don't know how
bro,
much-
but-
2
Let's
mil
do
for
head-to-heads
Kante, bro.
then.
Kante is an
You know what, Mac?
all-time
Let's do
DM
heads-to-heads
right, of
then.
all
Let's
time.
do-
Vardy was an unbelievable Premier League striker. Riyad Mahrez went on to be probably the second or like top 4 African player of all time, and the brothers were just like in random places across the world. Like when you put it like that, the money they spent, the fact that they were going to get
Lowest
relegated.
wageable
last season,
ever
I
to
mean,
win the
put it in
league.
the chat. Like, who do you guys think is better, Leicester or Liverpool? But now I think
I'm
about it,
going
I'm
Liverpool, bro.
thinking,
I
me
was-
personally,
if I
my
had to
vote is
choose, I would
Leicester.
go Liverpool.
I'm going
I think
Liverpool
the
on
thing
this
is, look, I understand we're saying greatest Premier League of all time, but we're not taking Leicester and comparing them with all these clubs. We're taking Leicester right now and comparing them to Liverpool. I believe after Liverpool, they're going to get knocked out. I'm telling you that they're going to get knocked out after that.
Yeah, but
But-
also all of us, we're not really going too far ahead. I think,
But in this instance, I just feel with what they had and the squad that they had, with Liverpool, if you are somebody after the 18-19 season, what's Liverpool's chances of winning the league? People are going to be like freaking more than 60, 70%, 100%,
Yeah, but
especially
that's
after
because
the
they were
18.
good, though, Nikhil. They're
So
saying
that
because they were
emphasizes
good.
your point, bro, on greatest Premier League team of all time.
And-
If Leicester was that good that year afterwards, even though they never keep 2 or 3 of their players, which was one of their best players, they would have still went on and kicked on. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
what I'm
we are
saying?
talking-
They,
but we're
who
talking
did
about
they
that
lost Kante,
specific
fair enough,
season.
and they lost Mahrez. But Vardy, the rest of the players were there. Vardy, who else? I can't even remember. Who was the left winger?
Yeah, but that's why he's looking at the 15-16
all of them are
season,
still
not the
there.
season
Right.
after that.
Yeah,
So
bro.
if-
But I'm saying though, if they were one of the greatest, okay, they would push on after that. The only players realistically that pushed on after that was Mahrez
No, but-
and Kante.
I disagree with that, Mac, because we're going to get into other teams, and it's not about what you did after that season. It's about what you were that season.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
We're looking at it now.
18-19 City team isn't in this, right?
Yeah,
Even though they were
I
great.
get that.
The 18-19
But then
Liverpool
on that
team wasn't in
point,
this.
on
The
that point, what did
2016-17
Leicester
Chelsea wasn't in
do
this.
more than? So on that point, what did Leicester do that Liverpool 1920 didn't?
Bro, it's
I mean,
practically
shocked
the
the
same
world.
thing.
They shocked
I mean,
the world.
1920 was quite a big thing that
Bro,
shocked the world as
Arsenal
well.
could have grabbed the league. Tottenham could have grabbed the league. City,
Bro,
Chelsea.
the
Liverpool,
only
all
reason why
going on.
Arsenal didn't grab the lead because we had Flop and Giroud who couldn't finish shit all.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. But the opportunity was there. Is my point, right? These
went from
legacy
Leicester to
teams
Giroud.
had that opportunity, and it was Ranieri, the guy who was clowned for what he did at Chelsea, clowned for what he
yeah.
did in Greece,
Mm.
clowned for what he did at Roma, right? He came
Yeah,
to
yeah.
England and he dominated the league. Like, I know Klopp got 99 points, and to be honest, like, we shouldn't really be having a debate. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that Leicester team
There
was
is no
incredible.
debate.
Like, one
Yeah, but bro,
season
it's-
is
I don't know how you're
incredible.
debating this.
That does not justify being the greatest Premier League team of all time, though. The
No, but
underdog
even
story,
this-
it's not
100%.
his great Premier League team of all time. It's are you better than 2019-20 Liverpool?
That's what
I
I
that's
still
what
say
we
they're
can say.
not.
I still think Liverpool is the better team, bro. Even
You
if
know
you
what's funny,
compare
man?
the players, they still gonna Liverpool is
Yeah.
gonna overcome Leicester, bro.
I was gonna say I want to know what's the measurement because so far the only measurements I got were it was a fairy tale season where it was
Bro,
the first time they ever
you're
won the league,
comparing Salah and
also the
Mahrez,
lowest
okay?
wages. The
They
lowest
were
wages-
getting relegated like the season before. The manager's son, right, was getting done for doing some nasty stuff here in Thailand, being racist to some players on an overseas
Yeah, but no
tour.
one cares about
And
this
the
season
less
before.
than 10 months later, they
Isolating.
won the
You're
Premier
moving the
League
goalposts.
title. Like, when you do
Basically-
it, that whole club was like not
You're
built
moving the
for
goalposts
anything.
now.
And then when they were
Basically,
champions
you all
of
are
the biggest
looking
league
at
in the entire
external
world.
stories. You're we talking about what happened on the pitch, bro.
No, but
But
no,
also
I'm
they're
saying
moving the
that for
goalposts
context.
back
I'm
because
saying
now
that
they
for
say,
context.
what happened last season? But we're not talking about
No,
this. You're saying,
yes,
let's talk about this
absolutely,
season.
that's true.
That season.
Absolutely, that's true. Absolutely, that's important because if your team is terrible one season, you're like, you must be really good to go from terrible to being the. It's like if
So-
Tottenham went from 17th last year to winning the league this year. they would absolutely be on this list. Absolutely. Unless they did that with way less money, with the scouting.
So
which was absolutely
my
incredible,
point
where
is,
players went on
did
to
they not
become some
kick
of the
on
best players
after
of all
that?
time. Yeah, they did.
It's
in
a
their own
similar
team.
thing.
Yes, they did.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I'm choosing
Okay,
Liverpool over
okay. There was
Leicester.
one more thing I wanted to talk about that in this head-to-head battle, okay? Because we spoke about key players, obviously, that helped Leicester win the league. I guess you'll never really speak about that same with Liverpool. But let's talk about those key players, especially that season. And let's compare it to the 1920 Liverpool players also. Like if you had to make a combined 11, that's a good way, I guess, to settle it also.
Yeah.
If you had to make a combined 11 between these two teams, will there be more Liverpool players than Leicester players?
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, but that's not what we're debating. We're not debating that. We're
debating 1920 versus 15.
I do think we need to wrap it up because we've got loads of other teams to go through. But yeah, you're right. The combined 11, there'll be more Liverpool players.
There will
We're
be
saying
more
what's
Liverpool
the
players.
greatest
Yes.
Premier League team. Of course, the story's important because this is Leicester.
No, but I'm not talking about all time. I'm talking about 1920 Liverpool.
This is Leicester.
Yeah,
bro.
but it's not. We're not talking about the actual story, though.
No,
It's
but
like
that's
which team was
important. In
basically
this situation,
better,
this
though.
is
Look,
important.
both the teams had key individual players that helped them win the league. The thing that I'm trying to say with this Leicester 2015-16 season is just how Liverpool won the league. Yes, we had one loss. They had 3 losses with the team that they had compared to the team that we had. And I'm just saying that I'm not saying it's like miles ahead, like it's a clear, obvious answer. Like, you know what? I just believe it's much closer than what people make it believe with the 15-16 to 19-20. If you were comparing 18-19 Liverpool, I would maybe think a little bit differently. But with this 19-20 team versus Leicester, I just believe that with the players that they had and the season that they made out of it, that's the only reason why I kind of maybe put them ahead more of Liverpool. But don't get me wrong, what we did was insane. What Liverpool did, 99 points, 1 loss, or so, it's crazy. But what Leicester also did was also insane. And again, we're not comparing Leicester, what happened to them after that, the players that left, the players that got sold. It's not about that. It's about what they did in that season. So how far were the two? I mean, Leicester City, they had key players, they won the league. Liverpool, there was a time where Man City fell off. They only finished with 81 or 82 points. Liverpool ran away with the league eventually, but there was a consistency with Liverpool that built us up there. Leicester City just fought 5,000 something to 1, and they did it.
Wait. You said consistency. Consistency from when?
Yeah.
From prior seasons. Because we're not talking about prior seasons, are we?
Okay, fair. But everyone already
Honestly,
knew
you guys are
Liverpool
moving the goalposts a lot here because all we're saying is the 1920 season
everybody
versus the
knew.
15
Everybody
season.
knew. Okay, if you looked at the Leicester 15-16 and you looked at the 1920 Liverpool season already, and you looked at both of them, you knew who already was going to give you consistency and who wasn't.
So there's
Yeah,
your point
fair
exactly.
enough.
Performance.
Yeah. So we knew.
Which is why-
So on your point then, so we knew who was going to be greater. And what's today's video? The greatest Premier League team of all time.
Exactly.
100%, but
Not the greatest
it
fairy
doesn't
tale
mean-
of all time.
Okay, but
That's
it
what I'm
also
trying to
doesn't
say.
mean. But it also
Yeah, no,
doesn't
Mac,
mean
I'm
that the
with you.
greatest team doesn't have to be the one that we think it's going to be. Why can't a shock team also be the greater than the other one?
Because that's not the question though. The question
But
question
both won
was
the
what
league.
is the best storyline or what is the best fairy tale?
What was the best
Leicester is
storyline?
there.
What was the best storyline?
They're great
Who had
for
a
their own
better
reasons.
storyline between
They're great for
Liverpool
their
and
own
City?
reasons. You know, like some of these teams dominate, some of
They
these
are.
teams won more titles. But I don't know, man.
No
I
one is
reckon-
Leicester
taking Leicester's achievements away.
No one's
It's
taking
just
it
that
away.
the
I reckon
local
it's a
team is better.
Let's take it.
Let's actually wait before we continue. Let us see what some of the comments are saying because
Let's
obviously
see
this
the
is
chat.
a
This
good debate.
is actually turned out to be a real good one.
Leicester to watch in 2015 was something else. Some people saying Liverpool, some people saying Leicester. The Leicester team would counter that Liverpool team because Liverpool pressed heavy. Look at Liverpool this season, one last season, and doing terrible this season. Probably talking about like Leicester because we mentioned Leicester obviously dropping off. Leicester deserved this one, no doubt. That season, they were the greatest team. Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is like Leicester, good storyline. But in terms of like the greatest team, if there was a heavyweight, if it was a boxing fight, 1920 Liverpool as a boxer compared to 15-16 Leicester as a boxer, who's knocking them out? Who's knocking who out? Who's going to decision?
I think it's closer than what we think because
No one's debating. That's why I matched these 12. And it was also
It is
mainly
close.
because the storyline
is
did
close
play a
because-
factor, but I wouldn't have expected it to play such a big factor.
It's simple fact, bro. It's not the underdog story. Simple. So Leicester is not there.
Wow. Yeah.
All I'm
okay,
saying is that
I'll
keep
go,
the same
I'll go
energy.
Liverpool. I'll go Liverpool.
Had I switched, okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll go Liverpool.
But also, what I was going to say is like, had had I moved 7-8 Manchester United and 17-18 Man City against this Leicester, you will probably still choose Leicester then, based on your
No, I
arguments.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No,
Centurion City, so 1 point
Yeah.
less Liverpool. 1 point less Liverpool.
less. Yeah, less.
Against,
Less. We'll get into
99
City.
point was
We'll
100
get into
points.
City. We'll get into City.
Okay. I know what Nikhil says. If Nikhil is still sticking to his Leicester, which is still shocking.
But we got 3 votes. We got 3 votes for Liverpool now. So
It's Liverpool already,
the
but
majority
I
wins.
just choose them. But that's good. That's the point of this. We don't want everyone just to agree with everything. Otherwise, it'll just be Prem Dala agree.
I'm still shocked there, Nikhil. Shocking.
I told you I'm not being biased. Eh?
No, it was just you just lived in La La Land there for a second, but sure.
Hey,
Okay, now let's. This one here might be a bit faster. This one might be a bit faster because none of us were really alive except for Nikhil. Nikhil was probably about 20 when the 1998, 1999.
Don't worry, bro. Don't count me and Hamza out of watching those classic games.
Yeah, to be fair, but I didn't watch that season. Like I know about the 1998, 99 because you hear about these great teams and stuff. You wonder what made them so great. Obviously, winning 3 trophies, that's just the service level. But now, what is their run like? How much points did they win the league by? How did they win the FA Cup final and the Champions League final? Those are things that you have to take into account, right? Because Man City obviously experienced the same thing now, winning a treble as well in 2022 versus 2023. So who goes ahead here? Treble winner Manchester United versus treble winner Manchester City.
I think this is very, very simple. I think it's very, very simple. Manchester United, if this was iconic Premier League team of all time, they'd probably wipe the floor with everyone. We're talking about greatest Premier League team of all time. Then for me, they're not even. They shouldn't even be here. They shouldn't even be on this list at all. It's 2022, 2023 City. Man United won the league by 1 point. They had 79. They had less than 80 points to win the Premier League, right? And we've got them. Like if they played Leicester, bro, I would probably put Leicester over them. Like yes, they're the most iconic team. They achieved the treble first, right? They achieved big things in Europe first. Bro, they got nothing on that 22-23 City team. If they played City, honestly, it could be a cricket score. But I think this is very, very simple.
And the United team still had some iconic players. I know they might have been quite young, but to say cricket.
I mean, you're telling me about a United team with Roy Keane, their captain, Scholes, Beckham, York, and Cole, who had that partnership that was insane. You got
Chelsea
Beckham
with
and
3
Giggs on
points
either
behind
side.
them. This is pre Abramovich Chelsea with 3 points behind them because they only had 79 points. You should have at least 85 points to be on this list.
I'm actually going to side on Hamza, bro. It's going to be City. The only thing that United team did, though, was in the Champions League when they came back against Bayern. But we're not doing Champions League all-time team, bro.
I mean, it plays a factor. But the way that they won it that season, the Champions League, was because what they scored
they scored 2 late goals. Yeah, I get that. They scored 2 late goals. But still, bro, that City team is one of the most dominant forces you've ever seen. Bro, imagine that season before that, Pep had the idea to play John Stones in midfield. Who flipping things about there?
Yeah. Pep was very innovative that season, yeah.
Everyone says Haaland was the change. Fair enough, Haaland was the change. Yeah, bro, but fair enough, Haaland was a change. But that crucial adaptation, basically, of putting Stones in midfield, like, changed everything.
Yeah, that was crazy. Watching him play in that role was he just kept dominating. He like invented a whole new gameplay.
Falls back, bro. Falls back.
And let me ask you guys: do you think there was any team on the 99 United team that was better than Kevin De Bruyne? That 22-23 De Bruyne. Do you think there's any player that was anywhere near?
I guess this is
Kevin De Bruyne.
This is where the errors, like playing different errors, comes into play.
Different errors come through, yeah.
So it's like you almost have to try and fix your brain up a bit to be like.
I get that, bro, but Hamza has a point, bro. Who was so good on the ball? Besides, was even Beckham part of that? Was Beckham part of that?
Yeah, Beckham was really
very young.
Wasn't he right mid or something?
Yeah, so him and Giggs were playing on the width, and then you had Paul Scholes in the midfield, and you had
a young Paul Scholes.
But in terms of midfield and delivery, though, besides Beckham, was there anyone like Kevin De Bruyne?
Uwais in the chat says Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
Clears.
That's not.
Uwais Khan was born in the year 2015, probably.
What KDB did against Arsenal, what KDB did against Real Madrid. Oh my God, that brother was like him and Haaland.
This guy Hamza is tormenting my my youth now.
sorry. But like,
Let's not
literally,
forget.
not to be horrible, Mac, but you had the hands on the
I'm
title.
joking.
You had your hands on the title. I know Saliba got injured, but the way Man City, bro, they were so dominant. Nobody could touch them in the FA Cup final. It took them 30 seconds to score against United, and United could never touch them. You know what I mean?
Bro,
When we talk about a
on
team,
that point,
it was so good. Rodri,
do you know
as
what's crazy
Rodri.
though? The last time Arsenal beat City was in 2015 at the Etihad. City bought De Bruyne, bro. After that, every season after that, bro, we got 5, 4, 5, 3, bro. It's not even debatable. De Bruyne just outclasses anyone.
And I can't believe none of y'all mentioned this yet, but the 22-23 season is the reason why Manchester City have a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
Rodri won the Ballon d'Or.
We don't even need to see that. We don't even need to say that.
True, man.
You know what I mean? That's how good that 22-23 team. I think like as we get down along this bracket, this 22-23 team could be like the best of all time. You know, because they were the best, not just iconic, right? Because nobody even really remembers they won a treble. But if we're talking about the best teams, oh my god, this team was the one that this and a different team was the one that I feared the most.
Yeah, it's
22-23.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the KDB Haaland link up was insane. He freaking crossed from anywhere, and Haaland
Bro,
found
and
it. So Haaland was
don't
cracking
forget
goals
Mahrez
against
also.
teams for fun.
Yeah,
Mahrez
I
was so
mean,
good
and
in
this season,
the
bro.
match against Madrid.
Yeah, Grealish also, bro. At the same time, both those guys on either wing were phenomenal, bro.
Silver.
Okay, guys in the chat. I see a lot of
Silva,
guys in the chat. A lot of guys in the chat are disagreeing with us. I would like to know what makes you guys think that United 99 is better than 23 City. Is it the
Apart
fact that
from
they did it
nostalgia.
first? Yeah, is it the fact that they did it first, or is there actually any good points like head to
Are
heads?
there any good points? Do you play a lot of FUT? Do you have nostalgia? Do you play with icon
This
cards?
guy says we're United haters. He's just had 115 charges. You know, that doesn't take away from what we saw on the pitch. What did we see on the pitch, brother?
It's hard to
Bro,
argue.
and it plays
when
down.
you're talking
It plays
about
down
cards.
to tacticians
Don't know
again.
who these guys
Was
are.
Ferguson that tactician like Guardiola though? Bro, Ferguson was a man manager. He wasn't a tactician, and Guardiola brought a whole different dimension to it.
Yeah, I guess mentioning the manager also is a very important part, obviously.
Yeah.
And clearly, the Stones thing plays a big role in that, in terms of tactician.
Innovation, yeah.
From day one, like
I don't know, guys.
I remember watching West Ham versus Man City, and this is the big thing, right? Like the 98-99, most of us are just watching it from highlights and what we hear. But to be fair, a lot of what we hear, especially in England, the joke on the overlap is that they always bring on a Man United legend, talk about how the Ferguson days were and their experience of what happened in the treble season. So we have enough knowledge on the 98-99 season to know that what happened then compared to 22-23, like even if you look at a picture of Julian Alvarez, I forgot Julian Alvarez played for him because there's just that whole roster was so stacked, that whole team was so dominant. As Max said, the tactical changes of obviously implementing Haaland, he got 36 goals that season, Stones going into midfield, Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or off the back of it, De Bruyne just doing a madness, Bernardo Silva doing craziness against Real Madrid. A lot of it comes from that we can remember it more, but man, like that 22-23 City team, like if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd hate them.
Even in that Champions League, bro, was it against Madrid where they came back and they scored also in the last minute semi-finals or something? So, bro, it's along the
KDB
same
has something to
lines
say to Courtois.
with the Champions League. Through
I
the
think
legs.
Courtois was
Oh.
injured that season,
He
isn't
won
he?
4-0 at home against Real Madrid, if I remember correctly. 4-0 in a semi-final against Real Madrid. That's not a joke. That's not a
just
joke.
smoking them, literally smoking them. I mean, you look at Erling Haaland, 36 Premier League goals. I think he had 52 or something. KDB had 16 assists, I think the most. So we had the person, Erling Haaland with the most goals.
Bro.
Kevin De Bruyne with the most assists. It was crazy.
How many
Absolutely
goals did
crazy.
Alvarez get in that season? I want to know.
Bro, I don't even
As
know.
a rotation player.
He had.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's what I want to know. How many goals? Because I think he got a lot of goals as a
Didn't
rotation
Man
player.
City as well in their season have the longest winning run and longest unbeaten run? I think they went about 16 games unbeaten or something like that without a loss, which was crazy, which was obviously so critical for their title charge. I think it was one of their biggest, longest winning run and longest unbeaten streak. It's crazy. I mean, to have
Yeah,
that
the current
consistent
record for the
over time-
Premier League is 18, but obviously to go on a 16-game unbeaten run while competing on 3 fronts, that's where this is obviously a debate, because now both teams
Maki
did
got
that.
17
Like, both
goals and
teams-
5 assists. 17 goals.
Bro,
When,
are you listening to this?
Yeah.
That is
That's
insane, bro.
It's
in a
crazy.
position where Haaland was occupying. Oh yeah, let's
So
not
if
forget
Haaland
also,
wasn't scoring, he was scoring, bro. I'm not having
Another-
this is Man City all day.
another
Yeah, it
stat
is.
that comes on the top of my head is that season Haaland obviously broke the goal scoring record for most goals
Yep.
in a single
He
38
did.
game
Yeah,
season.
true.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, I guess record breaker 2022-23 Man City. The record that Manchester United broke was winning the most trophies in a single season. Whereas the 22-23 season for Manchester City, obviously it's the whole storyline of, you know what, the noisy neighbors, we've become the noisy neighbors, but you still got the treble over us. Now, oh shit, we matched that. Now you literally can't say anything to us. You
Yeah.
can't say anything because we have more points than you. We have more.
And I think-
we have the treble as well. We might not have the
I
longevity.
think people don't talk about that as much because they were so good. Like United's story is cool because they came from behind. In the semi-final, Giggs took his shirt off, right, and scored that unbelievable goal. They came close in the Premier League, so it was a bit more entertaining for the neutral, right? But people don't really talk about the City team because obviously they don't have many fans, right, to talk about them if we're being honest.
Facts.
But also, like, they were just that good that nobody even like can say. It's like the 1920 Liverpool team. Nobody can ever say anything bad about them because they're just like, well, I can't even banter them because they were just that good that like it's just assumed I can't say anything, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, that team, the achievement definitely paints over what was not really the greatest team. The achievement was
Yeah.
great, but was the team great?
I think
And now then-
I think for Man City, they did everything. They had the goals, they had the top assists, they had the treble, they had the Premier League, they had the 16-game unbeaten streak. They smashed everyone out the park. I think they even had the best. I think they had the best defense as well that season. I'm not sure, but I mean, there was so much to go to that Man City, and to do it on all fronts and still have a 16-game unbeaten streak in the Premier League and win the treble, and smash teams like Real Madrid and stuff and go to the final and win. Crazy.
and you know what?
This guy said-
yeah.
This guy said player for player, who takes the better team, bro? Literally,
Oh.
most of it would be City. I don't know. It would be close between Edison, but I think Schmeichel would be the only
Michael
one.
edges it there.
Well,
Probably.
Schmeichel,
Dennis Owen
bro.
was Dennis Owen the left
I don't
back
think
then?
anyone else, even though Beckham is in that team, bro. Mahrez that season was flipping insane, bro.
No, I think Beckham would get in over Mahrez. Like we have to we have
Bro.
to give him
Mahrez,
That's-
I think he has the best first touch
That's a
in Premier League
young
history,
Beckham.
bro.
That's a young Beckham that's coming in there, though. Not a.
Yeah, like that
um,
Beckham was
It was good.
silly.
It was good. It was good though.
He was good, bro.
By the way, one
Tough.
more point from me as the host, but I also want to get involved in the bit in the chat and stuff. But another point that I wanted to say is Man City. It's a treble on more than one level. It's a treble that they won 3 trophies that season, but there's also a treble in the sense where they won their 3rd Premier League trophy in a row
You know.
that season.
Yeah.
So it's like people want to talk about this United team and how it set the tone going forward. Let's talk about this Man City team and what they were already building on top of. You know, like to win it 3 times in a row and then win it as a treble winning season as well. Yeah, it's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, my vote is let's do votes. I think City for me is City.
City. We all, I think, are City.
I'll just put it up there.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that? There you go. Manchester City. All right.
That's
Let's
it.
move over then to the right-hand side. 17-18 Centurion Manchester City versus 07-08. Double winning Manchester United. Oh, what are we saying? What are we saying, boys?
I think the United fans are gonna not enjoy this conversation, to be honest. But I'll let somebody else.
There's a double winner, but let's not forget that Manchester City also won the double, I think, that season.
Yeah, but they didn't win the
The-
Champions
the
League.
domestic
Let's be
treble.
fair. United won the Champions League. City did not win the Champions League. They went out with a whimper against Liverpool.
Okay, fair.
Oh,
Bro, I
never
don't even
forget.
think we need to
They did
debate,
an
though.
old
Just
bang.
give it to United, bro.
What?
Centurion, Man City.
What?
No debate.
I
there.
get that, bro.
Right.
17,
Yeah, bro.
17,
Remember until you missed his
17,
penalty.
United.
Okay. Why you bring that up after his comments about how he wanted to unalive himself? That is not nice.
What happened? Oh shit. Okay. Let's move past that.
I think
Let's
this is
move
much
on.
more of a conversation, Mac, than you're giving credit for. Yeah, the 07
I also
08
think
team
so.
was unbelievable, but this Guardiola team, it's a Guardiola thing, isn't it? But like this Guardiola
Yeah.
team was so
Yeah.
good. Sane, Sterling, Aguero. Yeah, they didn't win a Champions League, and they
That
did kind
David
of flop
Silva,
on that.
that David Silva, Fernandinho, David Silva was just the play that he had. I mean, he was the man for them. Before Kevin De Bruyne obviously took over and became the main midfielder, David Silva in there with that Fernandinho was insane. You couldn't take the ball off David Silva. He was just so good.
Yeah. And that season was unreal. And people said that David Silva and De Bruyne couldn't play together. They won 18 games in a row. That was like Chelsea won 13 games in a row 2 seasons before, but like you don't win 18 games in a row. Like that is not normal at all. 18. It might even be 19 if I remember correctly, but 18 in a row.
You know what's funny now? You know, Mac and I are probably. I'm getting to like Mac a little bit more now, and I think even I have a similar footballing brain because I think 07 or 08 United literally was almost the reason I never became a Liverpool fan. I was watching football in 06 or 07, and I saw 07 or 8 Manchester United.
Fell in love with CR7 and all these.
They had me in tears, bro.
You have Rooney there, you have Tevez, Berbatov.
You got excited for that.
Scholes came back, won the league after retiring.
Bro, that was the first year I started supporting Arsenal, imagine, bro. That was the first year. I was 6 years old.
Then Ronaldo hit that free kick, and you were like,
yeah, bro, imagine. Kill my hopes, dreams, and everything at 6 years of age.
For Ronaldo to think about it.
Flop by now.
Guys in the chat, what are you saying? Now Man United thinks there's one. You guys are just rage baiting. We're not rage baiting.
Mark, why is 07 or 08 better than 17 18? As a team, why are they better?
Flop got me stuck. I'm just going based off how my team got knocked and left me in tears, bro.
Like, forget the childhood. Why are they better?
Okay.
Yeah, that's another point.
You got players like this: KDB, David Silva, Fernandinho, Sergio Aguero, Raheem Sterling, one of the prime Raheem Sterling. Insane.
The Sterling, wait, the Sterling one puts a spanner in the works, bro.
You know what
Sterling
in that season. Sergio Aguero, one of his best seasons, I think, in a Man City shirt as well. Fernandinho holding the midfield. And then, as you said, Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva. Literally, you got a playmaker, assist king, tempo, vision, link up. Then you look at United. Okay, Ronaldo,
I'm changing my mind.
Oh, shit.
I converted this all without even talking about the key players of United. What does that tell
No, bro. I just heard the Silva and the KDB again. Then I was like, yeah. Never mind.
That's right. Their team is iconic. Well, I mean, Roy Keane was not in that team. Just to
no, he wasn't. It was more.
But Ronaldo, Rooney, Giggs, Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez.
Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez. Okay, look at this side. I want to know your opinion.
He won the Ballon d'Or off the back of that. Let's not forget.
There's a Ballon d'Or winner in there.
Okay, let me ask you something, right? And let me know if you guys agree. Do you think Man City had a better system as a team, and United had better individual players?
Bro, that's a certain. That's
because Guardiola is a better coach than Sir Alex Ferguson.
But the team was better. I just think the team was better.
And we're looking at the team, the greatest Premier League team. We're looking at it more than just the individual players. I mean, yes, okay, Ronaldo.
Nikhil is right, bro. Nikhil is right.
So it's crazy. I mean, yes, okay, you got him. How many points?
Who won the Champions League in 17-18? Real Madrid, no?
Really? You want to talk about 2017? Really? 2017 and then 2018.
And then 18. Against Carriers.
Let's not talk about that. Concussion FC. Look, how many points that season? 17-18? 100? No.
Yeah, 100. It's a true season. 100. I mean, it's a good accomplishment for sure. And I mean,
good accomplishment. You patronizing son of a
guys.
Good accomplishment.
It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest accomplishments of all time.
106 goals that season was scored by Man City.
Okay, now do the same research on your laptop for 07 or 08 Manchester United.
80 goals.
Bro, you watch KDB against Stoke that season? That's all you need to see. 5-0 against you lot. 6-0 against that game that KDB played against Stoke, the ball in behind.
We had a red card, okay.
Oh my god, that should win everything,
Mane decided to take out Edison's neck.
Wasn't this 2017-18 Man City team the team that got knocked out by, I think it was Wigan or something in the FA Cup?
No, I don't think so.
Did this team win the FA Cup? Because that's the point you're trying to make.
I can't remember how far they got. I can't remember how far. I think they probably lost the final, is it?
Oh, good point in the chat. Somebody said Pep outplayed Ferguson every single time they met. So if you're saying a Ferguson team versus a Pep team, well, there's your answer.
Who knocked out Pep's Barcelona in 07 or 08? Was it Chelsea?
I think no, it was Man United. I think Scholes scored at home. I think it was United. Let us know in the chat. Did United knock out Barcelona? Because I'm pretty sure they did.
Because that's almost points to Fergie, yeah? That's almost
Yeah,
points
but
to Fergie.
that wasn't Pep's team. Pep wasn't managing that team.
Oh shit, wasn't it? When did he start?
He came the year after, I believe. I think that might have been Frank Rijkaard's team.
Boys in the chat, you're gonna probably hate this, but you know, I don't know why there's been a whole lot of Manchester United people following me in the first place. So jokes on y'all. Jokes on y'all. I don't know why you're following me. But I think 17-18 Centurions is looking like the panel's decision.
Yeah.
Can I get confirmation on that?
My final vote is 07-08 United.
Oh, is it? All right.
I
I also said 07-08.
Yes, City played better football, but like when you think about, like, I was scared of the badge, bro, because of this team. I was scared of the United badge when I played PES.
Oh,
because of
I just told you, bro. These guys put me in tears. My first season watching football.
Rooney, that
I told you.
You look at it, you can't look if you wanted to compare that Liverpool team to the Leicester team, and you're talking about the points and this and that and whatever. You're claiming Liverpool 99 points, City 800 points, and you want to put them over the United team.
but he's not won the Champions League, though. United won the Champions League.
But this is the greatest Premier League team, not the greatest Champions League team.
No, but that comes into
No, but we take that into account.
How many points was the team in second? How many points did Liverpool get?
17-18 Manchester United.
No, I think it was like 81 or something.
Oh, was that the Ole
I
season?
believe it was Mourinho. That was when he
17-18,
said second is the best achievement of my career.
Yeah, and he gave them the
Manchester
Europa.
United finished second, yeah.
Oh, Mourinho.
Yeah, Imran, the era of football obviously was different. 07-08, it's like a whole 10-year difference.
It is.
Yeah, United 81 points. Bro, City 32 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, 106 goals, 26 goals against. 106. A goal difference of 79.
That's what I just said, bro. Just hit a replay there.
When Chelsea won the league, when United won the league, they didn't even get 79 goals. What the hell?
Bro.
No, bro, I think it's a City one.
City.
It is greatest Premier League team as much as the United.
Okay, let's do it again.
It doesn't
Let's do it
matter how
again what
much.
you guys said. If Man City 17-18 had to play United 07-08, who wins?
I think City.
I think so.
The midfield
Bro,
of Man
Aguero.
Yeah, City.
Aguero.
Then that United.
Ronaldo, Rooney, Scholes.
I think it's tighter than people think, yeah.
Fernandinho, David Silva, KDB.
But then again,
David
it's
Silva and
Ferguson
KDB
versus-
I
alone,
can't find
bro.
that. I can't find that. That was like Avengers. Infinity.
And then you got Aguero, Sterling. You
Oh
caught.
my god. But
And Edison
Ronaldo,
was actually decent.
And Sane, bro.
Edison, this was one of his first seasons. He was actually decent.
Yeah, I mean, Edison Briani just came.
Van
And I
der
mean,
Sar, Vidic, Rio.
Yeah.
Company.
Evra.
Someone here thinks Company is even better than
Company, bro.
bro, so you're kidding with Sterling, guy, bro. Did you see what Sterling did in that 17 season?
Yeah, I know he was cookie. I saw remember that last minute winner against Bournemouth. At the
I'm gonna put my vote as 07-08 United. You guys can do the rest.
I don't
I'm
know.
going with
City,
United.
Man City all this time, you literally just creamed on David Silva, and then you're like,
City,
07-08.
Because they're so good, man. They are so good. But when I think about it, I'm like, you know what, that 07-08 United team, like,
I think it's like PTSD that's happening for football explainer here. Like he's scared of the badge and things like that. Like I don't know.
bro,
But,
I used to be shook, bro. When I saw that badge on PES, when I had the PSP playing under my covers when my mom told me to go to sleep, bro, that would scare me more than my mom coming and shouting at me, bro. And there's the reason for that.
Boys in the chat, why are we saying final answers also in the chat? I see United,
boys
I
in
see
the
07 United.
The boys in the chat, do we choose 17-18 City or do we choose the football explainer's nightmare?
And your nightmare, and his nightmare. They were all nightmares for us, bro.
It almost made me a United
Was-
fan. Like, that's how strong this team was.
Was this the same team or was it the season after that where Torres decided to go like this to the crowd?
Yeah, but it wasn't
Well, I
this season,
think-
so it doesn't matter. What does it matter?
Wasn't it
That
07-08?
2021
Was it
Liverpool
1-4-1?
team was absolute cheeks, bro. So
Was
let's
it-
not talk
was
about the
it
season
08?
afterwards. We're talking about this season.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying for a word. You know,
Nah,
since you
bro.
die hard by the badge for United, giving you nightmares. I don't know. Do they scare you now?
A little bit. I can't lie.
City
a
from
little
that
bit.
time had the 115 charges also with them. United didn't.
Chatty saying
Now,
City.
United
City.
just wasn't investigated. I still say Howard Webb was there in the books.
Yeah,
100%. That's one thing I support, bro. How would we have?
Let's take the
What a
vote then.
kick.
I reckon let's take the vote.
It sounds like 2-1. Sounds like 2-1. Yeah.
I think, yeah. My vote is United. What's everyone else's vote?
City.
I'll go for City.
I'm also thinking there's just more firepower in the City team, head to head.
Chat, let the
Chat, let
record
it out,
say I
chat.
didn't say United.
Let it out, chat.
Chat, let the record say I was the one who said United.
Let it out, chat.
I don't think they'll get much
Those
further,
does.
to be honest. I think
Those
07
does.
08 probably would have got further.
Also, I really, really love the 07-08 team, but just head to head, man. Head to head. Okay, moving on to a spicy one where I think the chat might be a bit more, easier off here because there's no United. But we appreciate all of y'all in the chat. We do take y'all into consideration. It's just that, we do the panel's decisions here. 03-04 Arsenal Invincibles against 04-05 Chelsea 15 goals conceded.
Before anyone says anything, does your team have a golden Premier League trophy?
Oh shit!
That's what I want to know.
Starting off the bat.
Does your team have one?
Mac, as an Arsenal fan, I'm going to let you take the floor and tell us why. Oh, well, I mean, you can think the Chelsea team is above, but I'm assuming you're going to go for the Invincibles, right?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Go on then. You tell us why the Invincibles are better than 04-05 Chelsea.
Bro, to go undefeated a whole season is not easy. Us City, us Liverpool. Bro, year in, year out. Those years Arsenal competed with United almost every season, back to back. Head to head. I think even, was it that season where Keown and Van Nistelrooy were going at it when Van Nistelrooy missed the penalty, bro? Do you remember that? And Keown celebrated right in front of his face. That was crazy. And, fair enough, Chelsea, you give it to them, give them the plaudits, like with the whole defensive record of 15 goals, like we were talking about this earlier before. But, bro, going undefeated the whole season is something like that can never be beaten.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an opening statement from Max Saeed. Let's hear Hamza's opening statement.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I appreciate you giving me this opportunity here today to talk about why the 04-05 Chelsea team is not only better than the Invincibles, but it probably wipes floor with half of the teams in the rest of the bracket. But we can only beat what's in front of us. So let's start with this. 04-05 Chelsea, as you mentioned, 15-goal season, right? Great. Arsenal thought at the start of this season that they were going to come and defeat that well. Life comes at you quickly, buddy. Life comes at you quickly. And you've already conceded 10 goals. So that 15-goal season, which really was 13 until Terry and Cech got dropped at the end of the season when we'd already wrapped up the league. The reason why the 04-05 Chelsea team is better than the Arsenal team, first of all, scored more goals, conceded less goals, won more games, didn't get 12 draws. Yes, we lost one game, right? But when Chelsea played, right, you've got to imagine the special one comes in from Porto. I'm not one of the bottle guys. I am the special one. And what did he do at the end of that season? He comes and he backs up his talk after winning the Champions League with Porto in that 03-04 season where Arsenal were terrible in the Champions League. Right, let the record state, right? He won the Champions League, came to England and broke up the duopoly, which had taken over English football for the last 15 years. The only other team that had won a league was 10 years ago, Blackburn Rovers, right? 04-05 Chelsea ripped up a duopoly where Arsene Wenger was the most revolutionary manager of all time, was 20 years ahead of everybody else. Jason Mourinho just said, you know what, you're a schmuck, mate. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat Fergie. I'm going to beat every lord in this land, right? And I'm going to make sure that Chelsea become the best team in this league. And what did he do at the end of that season? Well, at the end of the season afterwards, he won the league again. He just threw his medal away, right? I think the 04-05 team wipes the floor with the Invincible team. And why? Because the Invincible team, they drew 12 games. Yes, you had a prime Henry, but you drew 12 games, right? And if it wasn't for Van Nistelrooy hitting the bar, you lose that game as well. The only game where I think Arsenal are probably better, ironically, is when they beat Chelsea at home and they came from 1-0 down to win 2-1. Outside of that, to be honest, yeah, you got your golden trophy, but put it in the bag, bro. The 04-05 team wipes the floor with the 03-04 Invincible team. And we even beat you in that 03-04 season.
Anything to sway the arguments.
Knocked you out. Wayne Bridge for Chelsea knocked you out in the 03-04 Champions League, right? So we even beat you then.
Bro, this season, like you said, Prime Henry, he was denied a Ballon d'Or. I feel that season he should have won a Ballon d'Or. How Nedved won a Ballon d'Or that year? That's crazy. That is crazy. Sorry, Nikhil. Go ahead.
Okay, look. You look at these teams, right? And I understand where football in Spain is coming from. I understand where you're coming from in regards to this. You're looking at a team, I understand. I believe you're looking at someone who has defensive strength versus invincibles. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, that's the biggest thing between these two. You're going to, for Chelsea, you're going to push on the whole defensive side of things and how you've only conceded 15 goals. But at the end of the day, okay, yes, you did lose one. Arsenal conceded more goals, but they never lost. When it comes to a debate like this, it's literally it comes down to preference between people. Do you want to win the league with having the least amount of goals scored, or do you want to win the league without having literally no goals, no losses at all? At the end of the day, both of you won the Premier League, but one of them won a Golden Premier League while the other one didn't. There was nothing special given to Chelsea for conceding only 15 goals, but there was something special.
We scored more goals than them, conceded less goals than them. We scored more, we won more, right? We lost one game, yeah. You Invincibles, yeah, put it in the bag, right? Chelsea scored more, conceded less. Scored more and conceded less. What conversation are we having here? Right?
Okay, but I understand that. But if
your team doesn't have a Golden Premier League trophy, bro.
And that is something. If Chelsea,
what happened in the Champions League? What did you do in the Champions League when you're the best team in the country?
We're not talking about Champions League. Don't stress me, bro.
You got knocked out by us. We literally knocked you out then, and we're going to knock you out now.
Nah, I don't think so. Hey, you muted.
I think it's all to chat.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just saying also, this team, as much as Chelsea knocked Arsenal out of the Champions League, did they go on to win it that year? I think that it's one thing saying, okay, they knocked them out, but 3 or 4 Chelsea knocked them out, not 4 or 5.
It's not about Chelsea winning. It's about what did Arsenal do? Because we're debating not what the 03 or 4 Chelsea team did. Right, we're debating about who's better, 03 or 4, or 04.
Okay, right.
Bro, we had the best centre back. We had the best centre back of all of Premier League history in John Terry. Captain went on to win 4 more Premier Leagues at the end of that, 5 overall. Lampard. We had Drogba, who came from Marseille at 26. Right, Mr. Abramovich, pay the money, don't talk. Comes in, he dominates the league. He dunks on every single body's head. Right, you got a spine of Carvalho, Czech, Lampard, Drogba. Yes, you've got Henry. I'm sorry, bro. That 04 or 05 team.
Henry, Vieira, Lumba, bro.
You can't say you got Henry like it's nothing, though.
Bro,
Like,
what is the greater achievement, bro? Conceding 15 goals or going undefeated all season?
To be honest, I never said
I like to know everyone's preference.
Losing more of the defense, right? I think the defense, to be honest, is harder, but I don't really care about that, really. Bro, when we talk about the actual team, our spine, bro, breaks your spine every day of the week. Check Terry, Lampard, Carvalho, and Drogba. Bro,
I understand you're talking about their spine. You're talking about their spine and how yours is better than theirs. But if you compare spine for spine, they lost nothing. Yeah,
what's that spine?
Exactly,
spine, bro.
But they lost nothing at the end of the day.
We didn't lose a single game. Let that sink in, bro.
I'll say the centre-back pairing is where you'll probably win there, but like Thierry Henry was playing strike that season with Dennis Bergkamp behind him.
Oh, do you remember when Henry scored that goal against Liverpool even?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Henry was unreal. We're not talking about how Henry is better than Drogba or whatever. Henry was unreal. Yeah, you had prime Henry. I'm sorry, bro. The 04 or 5 team, like,
okay, but if you look at
wipes the
Bergkamp, bro.
You tell me genuinely in terms of rarity, what is harder to do to become the greatest Premier League team? Is it harder to lose 0 or concede 15?
Well, no team in English history has conceded less than 15 goals ever, right?
No
Preston
team has
have
done
not Preston have been invincible, and Arsenal have been invincible, right? So you tell me what's rarer? Well, actually conceding 15 goals is rarer.
Preston never played a 38-game season, though.
Again, that's your team. Have a Golden Premier League trophy.
They conceded more than 15 goals. Check the records, bro. They still conceded more than 15 goals. But that's not why they're better, right? That Mourinho team went on to win the league again. If Arsenal is so good, right? If this Invincible team was so good, why didn't you win before? Why didn't you win afterwards, right? Because you just weren't that good. Chelsea came in the exact same era, dunked on Arsenal, and then dunked on United, right? And after that point, Arsenal were not a problem for United at all. And really, they weren't a problem for them before. Chelsea were always a problem for them, right? In that 6-year span, they won 3 Premier League titles. Arsenal, they won 0, right? So I'm not really sure what we're talking about here.
Wait, where did we win 0 now?
Between 2004, right? Between 2004 and 2010. Actually, you know what? Between 2004 and 2024. The answer is 0.
I walked into that.
Shit.
You did. But at the end of the day, as we said, this greatest Premier League of all time is not from 2004 2024. It's between 03, 04, 04, 05 season. And I mean, I said it before and I'll say it
100%.
again. We're looking at a defensive masterclass versus a team that literally didn't lose
You
at
are.
all.
Nikhil, you're looking at that, right? Yes, that's a
But
part
that's
of it.
okay. Between
No,
the two teams,
you're
what's the
looking at
biggest
that.
achievement? What's the biggest achievement that you have conceding the least amount of goals, right? And what's the
Bro,
biggest
you're
achievement?
asking what's
Losing 0
rarer.
games.
Nikhil, you're asking what's rarer. I've
But the
proven
first
to you
thing-
that,
the
that
first thing
15
that you
goals is rarer,
mentioned-
but that's not why we're better. That's
But the
literally
first
not
thing
why
that
we're
you
better.
mentioned was the least
We
amount
won
of
more
goals that
games,
you
we
have
scored
conceded,
more
and
goals,
that's
we
fine.
conceded less goals. What is the point of football? What is the
But
point
how
of
many
football?
did
We
you-
got 95
but-
points. At the like now, obviously, City have won 100 points. Liverpool got 99, 98, right? So getting high points is normal. At that time, getting 95 points was absolutely not to the norm at all. You know, Arsenal won with 89 or 90, I believe. But getting
They had
95
90
points
points.
is not normal. We won 32 games or 30 games
Let me-
in that season.
Let me step in. Let me step in for a second, just for a second, because here's why I would say, personally, now listen, it's very tight, extremely tight, this team. But personally, why I feel like the Chelsea 04-05 team edges it for me, because the 95 points Hamza mentioned. But remember, yeah, that was like one of the first times an English team ever went 90 plus, which was unheard of at the time. And obviously, you have the 25 clean sheets as well. I can't imagine going a season and getting 25 clean sheets out of a possible 38. That's insane. And 15 goals conceded. Hamza also, I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned it yet. He always mentions it, that Chelsea conceded more after they already got crowned Premier League champions. So it could have probably been about 12 goals. Obviously, the part where Arsenal beat Chelsea a bit is the attack.
The goal
where you have
score.
peak Andre. Yeah. We have the peak Andre.
You're the
probably.
greatest player of all time.
But-
Yeah, a greatest player in Premier League history. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. You can have that.
But then again, the pros is that physical, technical, peak Andre, unbeaten. The against is the fact that you've still got less than 90 points, somehow being invincible, but less than 90. And now we've also seen how many times has a team gone 90 plus in the Premier League. And that
I
invincible
think,
team
they
did
had,
it.
I think they had 90 on the
12
head. Though.
throws.
They had 90 on the head.
But also Nawaz,
Didn't it?
right? Also Nawaz,
Yeah.
the one big thing that we talk about now, at the start of this season, Mac, you'll know this better than anyone, right? When you guys weren't conceding anything, right? You conceded 3 goals, I think, in the first 6 games. How dominant you guys looked. You guys looked like you never concede, you never lose, right? Imagine that, not just for 6 games, but for 36 games, right? The last 2 games, we conceded 2 goals, right? But we did that for 36 games, right? In a row, right? Where we just looked absolutely dominant and nobody could touch us. Nobody in the world could touch us. Like 2-0 to the Chelsea or 1-0 to the Chelsea was basically what we did every single game for forever that season.
Okay, I get you. saying
Bro,
that nobody
we were
could touch
literally
you.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
But they did that every
Yeah.
game.
No,
They managed to
to
not
the
win
Arsenal.
every
Oh,
single
no.
game. How
Bro,
are you
that's in
talking
our
about-
song we sing all the time, bro.
How are you talking about
can't
Chelsea?
argue about
How
that.
They were defensive and they could be 2-0 up and they dunked on this and they dunked on that. Arsenal, even though they didn't win maybe as much as you guys, they still managed to go the entire season without losing. Yes, they drew a lot, but you got to give them mentality for that as well. How are you giving yourself mentality
12
for your
draws, not
defensive line?
a couple draws, bro. If you're that good, look at the City team, right? What we've just said about City and United, right? It's United are great, but City won more and they got over the line more, right? City won 32 games on
They're
their way
more
to winning the
dominant,
title.
yeah.
Arsenal won 26. They drew 12 games. If you're that good, you don't draw 12 games, you know? And yes, they were good, and obviously they're great. That's why
Okay,
they're
but
in
at the end of the
bracket.
day, City
They're
also
definitely
won
top
so
5
many
Premier League
games.
team
They
of all
had
time.
100 points. They had the Centurions, but they still also lost a game within the Premier League. They didn't go undefeated
What,
as well.
does,
and
does
be
that
ranked-
does that instantly make the Arsenal team better than them? Because
I think
City
it makes
lost
the
one
Arsenal
game.
team. I think it makes the
Because for
Arsenal team
one
better than the
afternoon,
Chelsea team.
City lost
Okay.
the game.
Okay, within the Premier League, and we're looking at the way the Premier League is, what trophy did Arsenal win apart from what trophy did Chelsea win apart from the Premier League for conceding the least?
You know what I learned about you, Nikhil, today? You're on some absolute nonsense today because you try to take Leicester over your own team, Liverpool,
But-
and now
but
you're
what
trying
is
to say that Arsenal are above Chelsea because they didn't lose.
Don't
because they didn't lose the
divulge
game.
from
Yeah, it's
the
great.
question that I have asked you. Arsenal have a gold Premier League. What did they give Chelsea if that achievement was so high for conceding 15 goals? I want to know. What did they give them? They gave
And
Arsenal that.
Hamza
Check
will
what the
answer
order
that
we
question.
did.
Hamza will answer
We
that.
got
Wait. Hamza will answer that after I just get to some of the comments quickly. Obviously, we have some people here in the comments that say Chelsea team that conceded 15 goals in 38 games is better. That alone makes the team superior. Takes much more of mentality to not concede less than 15. 12 draws shows that Arsenal weren't superior. And then we got one random comment that says, rather talk about how Leicester clears all of these teams above. I'm sorry.
Oh, Blaine, what it is?
Well, you can review
Okay.
that because we spoke about 20 minutes about why Leicester and Liverpool were closer than we thought. But yes, Arsenal got a golden trophy. Does that mean they get 2 Premier Leagues? Does that count as 3 Premier Leagues or 4 Premier Leagues? Right? Because every team on
But
the
it
That
counts
shows
as
you the
superiority.
greatest of all time, bro.
But it counts
Bro, it
as
doesn't show the
superiority
greatest
or
of all time
something
because
that
the greatest
another
of all
team
time, if
hasn't
you're doing
done.
it by metrics, if you're doing it objectively, would be 2017-18 City because they got 100 points, right? Because how can you be better than another team but get 10 points less than them? So don't even try we're better than them because you didn't even get more points than the Chelsea team. We scored more goals, conceded less goals, got more wins, got more points. What more do you need to hear? What the hell more do you need to hear? I've got stuff to do. I can't be talking about this foolishness all night.
Okay,
Busy
one more
man,
point.
big man.
I'm just chucking this in. I'm just chucking it in, okay? Bayer Leverkusen went invincible. Rangers went invincible. It's something that's not like unheard of. I haven't heard
That's
of
not the
in any of Europe's
but
top
that's
5
not the
leagues.
that's
But I
not the
haven't heard
Premier
in
League.
any of the Europe top 5
It's
leagues.
top division
That's
in
not the
England.
Premier
Let's talk
League.
about Preston.
Yeah, but that's like 1980s or something, isn't it? Or 1960s.
Yeah, but
even.
it
I can't even
happened.
remember.
It happened. 15
But
goals.
it wasn't
didn't happen.
38 games. Let's not try and take the shine off of Arsenal because that's what you're trying to do here. Preston,
You can't do
they
that.
played less games. They played less games also, so it was easier to go invincible. They played like
Yeah, but
16
no,
games.
Nikhil is saying one thing. He's not saying anything about how good the team was because obviously it's great. But he's not. Because Arsenal fans cannot say anything about the team. They can't say anything about the team. All they can say is invincible because they know against basically 7 out of these 8 teams, or probably all 7 of these other teams, they can't touch. Right? All they can ever say is we didn't lose a game. That's the only thing that they have.
Me personally, I would rather have the title of being invincible. But if you're talking about these 2 teams head to head, I think the 05 Chelsea team is a much stronger team and would go ahead for me. I would rather have the invincible tagline for sure.
I don't know.
I think that's a lot more. There's a lot more,
Because it sounds cooler. It's very marketable.
It sounds cooler.
Invincible sounds cooler. Gold trophy sounds cooler. But like when we come down to the nuts and bolts of it, you play a game 2003-04, you went to 04 or 05,
You know what's
win
funny?
that game.
You know what's funny also? The fact that Chelsea won this immediately after Arsenal went invincible. It's the next season. And they were 95
But I mean,
points.
you look
Literally
at it,
saying,
okay, in the
Second year
05
into
season,
takeover.
okay,
Second year
in the
into
05,
takeover.
05, in the 04-05 season for Chelsea, did they do the double over Arsenal? Because I know in the 03-04 season, Arsenal did the double over Chelsea.
Oof.
Both 2-1, 2-1, either side.
I'd have to double check
So-
that. Let me have a look.
So I want to know if they did the double because I know it was Thierry Henry. I think it was a 2-1 there, and then Frank Lampard or so. But Arsenal did that. I mean, I understand how good Chelsea were, but I want to know on either side how did it work? Because Arsenal did the double over Chelsea. The team then who, as you say, went on to win the Premier League the following season.
Oof.
It was
This is where Matt needs to come in with his knowledge, yeah, now. When you went, Matt,
Mac is just happy you're with him.
2 draws,
He's
2
like,
teams and 0-0.
2-2 and
So
0-0.
what I would say is you guys got 2 of the 13 goals, 2 of the 15 goals. So hats off for that, right?
So we're looking
Hats
at them.
off.
So you're trying to tell me in 03-04 and 04-05, your guys played each other 4 times. You won
Okay.
0, they won 2.
Okay, Nikhil, you can have that. The 04-05 Arsenal team is better than the 03-04 Chelsea team. You can have that. How about that? You can take that and take that.
I'm
to
just
the bank.
stating the facts.
Right?
I'm stating the
Because the
facts of the
conversation
fixtures.
we're
Yeah?
talking about
You played them
04-05
4
Chelsea
times.
is
You played them
03-04
4 times. You won 0. You played them 4 times. You won 0. You're talking.
The
You're talking team for
03-04
team.
Chelsea team is worse
But
than the
you're talking-
04-05 Arsenal
But you're
team.
talking.
You can have
I'm
that.
just talking facts for
That's
facts.
a good
yeah.
point
Yeah.
from the kill, though. Huh? Like the fact that they played each other 4 times over
That's
these 2
nonsense,
years.
bro. That's not a
And
good
Chelsea
point.
couldn't win this
That's not a
team.
good point because
It is.
because
Okay,
you can
but
say
I
okay
think-
because I don't know because Watford beat Liverpool in the 1920 season. Yeah, that means what and they beat them 3-0. Right, that means that Watford are better than Liverpool. Like
Okay,
what
so
sort of
okay,
point
go
is
look
that?
at Watford versus Liverpool across 4 games and see if they won.
Bro, but that's
what sort of point
bro.
is that?
Those seasons, even the
No,
previous
Watford,
seasons.
it's not
Imagine
tight.
how
It's just too
intense.
tight.
Imagine how intense the build-up was between United and Arsenal. Where was actually Chelsea though?
Chelsea finished second when you won the league, and then when you finished first.
Yeah, but
in the first.
I know. Listen. Before that though, how intense was the battle before with Arsenal and United? Before there
Bro,
was no,
we broke
there's
that
still
duopoly.
literally no
We
rivalry
broke up that
between
duopoly, yeah.
Arsenal and Chelsea.
Yeah, bro, we broke up that duopoly that was there for 8 years. We broke that up. Mourinho in the first season in England, in a top league in the world, he came in and he just went, yeah, Ferguson, you're a schmuck. Oh, Wenger, I'm just going to dunk on you for your whole career. Your 1000th game, don't forget that. Your 1000th game, I beat you 6-0. You're a little boy to me. Yeah. So even manager for manager is better.
Bro,
Player for
that
players are better.
season, Andre Santos and all of those, I don't know what they were doing. We don't talk about that.
Andre Santos, why are you bringing him into it? Why do you fuck me for?
Oh, what it is, Rishant. Hey, Rishant, let us know while you are here in the chat. Which is the better team? Arsenal
better?
03-04 or Chelsea 04-05? Let us know between the two.
Even
You
Vieira
need
that
to
season,
belong.
how immense was he in that midfield though?
That's the thing. Like, I feel like Hamza definitely picked up a lot of these Chelsea players, but like Vieira was a world beater at the time.
Okay, who in Chelsea's midfield tops Vieira?
Lampard or
I
Makelele?
don't think anyway.
What are you talking about?
Bro.
What are we talking about here?
They were,
Vieira.
bro.
What are we talking about here?
But Vieira, I'm taking Vieira, bro.
Makelele had a whole role for himself. They call it the
Yeah.
Makelele role. Why? Because he could just dominate the whole midfield himself. Come on, man. Vieira's good. I think it's very comparable. You're acting like Chelsea and nobody. We had players that redefined positions.
I'm not saying on nobody, bro. I rate
No, but the
Mourinho
way
big time as the manager.
When I said Makelele, you were...
Okay, guys, in order to move on, because we are already an hour and 40 minutes in, we'll have to finish this up within the next 20 or so minutes.
Okay, let's do the
Let's
votes.
get a verdict. 03-04 Arsenal or 04-05 Chelsea. I see a lot of the chat is. I see your answers. We'll talk about it.
I'm going for Arsenal.
I'm going for
Arsenal.
Shache. The kill. You are the decider.
Arsenal.
Oof. Hamza, if it makes you feel better, I would. The chat is saying Chelsea,
no.
and I'm saying Chelsea.
There's 2-2 here, and the chat saying Chelsea, so Chelsea should go through.
Nah.
That's a
Malak-
tough one. This is a
Because
soft
Luan had a
one.
vote before, but now his vote doesn't count for anything. Cool, gotcha.
No, I did actually have a vote. Because
Yeah,
after
no
the
vote.
1920 start,
Chelsea,
I needed to have a
Chelsea,
vote.
Arsenal. So it's 1 for Arsenal, 2 for Chelsea.
Guys in the chat, come, let's get it all. Spam your answers so we can more or less come up with a
Arsenal,
decision
Another-
here.
I'm
Arsenal
gonna
or
lose
Chelsea.
the social media fans.
Another Arsenal.
Liverpool, oh
Come on,
shit,
lads.
that's red, so that's kind of Arsenal. That
Liverpool,
Bro, who the
yeah.
flop is saying Liverpool? Yeah, what the flop is going on?
Come on, chat, let's hear
Let's go.
Chelsea
Liverpool,
or
It's not
Arsenal.
allowed.
16.
Wait, who's
Come on, you Ganesh.
Chelsea or 03-04 Arsenal?
And it was 15-16 Liverpool. Let's go.
By the way, guys, just comment Chelsea.
Liverpool,
real quick.
Balotelli.
I want to see if something's happening in the chat.
Fabio Briani.
Nah.
Chelsea, 4 Chelsea's here.
Chelsea, I'll say Chelsea, Arsenal.
Bro, these are the same
Bro,
people.
it's really Arsenal over Chelsea.
This is the
I
same
say
people.
Chelsea.
Just-
There's an
just
Arsenal.
spamming.
5-3. Come on, man. Chelsea again. 6-3.
Nah. Arsenal.
6-4.
Eish.
Okay, so man, yes.
Okay, that's a new
Come
one.
on. 4 different people have said Chelsea. Let's go with the people.
You know what? I'm gonna bring in a random guest. Whatever he says, that's the verdict.
If you bring in that Real, yeah, I'm gonna. No.
No, I'm just looking at the first guy that accepted. I don't even know his name. Yeah. Okay, I'm bringing this guy.
Arsenal. Come on.
What's his name? Isan Pailo. Can you give us
Oh, wait, Zach.
Oh my days, this always gonna cozy for us.
Chelsea? Okay, can you give us a reason also why Chelsea 04-05 over 03-04 Arsenal? Can you just give us 1 or 2 points? Oh shit, he just dubbed. Okay, no worries.
We can't hear him.
I realized I couldn't hear him. That's why I put my face closer to the camera.
Oh yeah, because it was Chelsea. It was Chelsea, by the way. Boys, it's
As I told you
your
before.
answer. It is our answer.
Hamza is just wondering how he just ended up here with this W.
That
I'm not gonna lie. More of the chat is saying Chelsea though.
that's wild. More of
Hamza,
the chat are
you're
United.
muted.
More of the chat in here are United fans. You can understand why they don't like Arsenal.
Oh, fair enough.
No, Nikhil, you answer nonsense, bro. You answer nonsense.
I
Leicester over
support
Liverpool.
Nikhil, bro.
Busy,
Nikhil for president.
Bro, he said Leicester over Liverpool. We will not forget.
Replay
No.
the stream. You were with me. You
Bro.
were with
You
Clip,
tell him,
clip,
son. You tell him. Oh, shit.
You should not clip.
I was just-
Yeah, no,
I was
you know
just-
what clips? I think I was making about 20 here, bro. I'm not even gonna give this to the editor. I think I'm gonna do these clips.
It was just funny
Okay.
facts, man.
Okay.
Well, you can back up
Guys.
Liverpool now.
Yeah. No, the kill I can't bet any backing up Liverpool here, but I think 90-20 Liverpool, 99 points against a treble winning Manchester City.
I can't.
Probably no real
Can't
debate here.
No
you
debate,
can't.
brothers.
You can't.
Even as a dire Liverpool fan, there's no real debate.
You can't.
This
That's
season,
so
don't get me wrong. This season, Liverpool
He got
does
more
have a
points
few
this
records to his name. Yeah, he does have more records to his name. Yeah. Also, Liverpool earliest winners in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Largest points gap between first and second, i.e., greatest dominance, whatever. So yeah, there are some valiant points. Only issue is if you're going off maybe 18, 19, 20, there's probably some sort of better debate. I still think City win, even if you go off 2
First
years.
title in 30 years. First title in 30 years. And this was spent with way less money than City. And this could be quoted on with the Coutinho money. This is Coutinho money league title. 2022-23 City. That's 115 Chargers City. That's the we'll shop till we drop City. You know?
Regardless of the charges, bro, that is just different gravy.
This wasn't the season of Rodri robbery, right? This was the season before that was Rodri robbery.
What's Rodri robbery?
The handball against Everton.
No, yeah, the handball against Everton was 21-22. No, it was 21-22.
Yeah, that was robbery. Okay, cool. Not this one. Just making sure.
And Liverpool won the Premier League. Liverpool, you know, that's funny. We could have legit had a Liverpool quadruple team here. 2 games,
just don't
90 minutes is all it took.
Just
We could
don't
have had a
remind me,
Liverpool
please.
quadruple here.
I don't want to talk about that.
But so, Nikhil, obviously, because you're being a proper snake at the moment to your own team, right? You're not even giving any points as to why Liverpool are better than City, right? Do you genuinely what happens in a game between Manchester City 2022-23 and 2019-20 Liverpool, the rock and roll Liverpool?
They outscore us. They have more creativity in midfield.
Against a Prime Van Dijk, they outscore us, and against a Prime Alisson, I'd beg to differ.
Haaland versus Van
yeah.
Dijk. Haaland can't even do anything to Van Dijk now, bro. And
They
he's
are,
in a wheelchair.
you know what the biggest battle here is? Compare that midfield to ours.
Our midfield wasn't terrible. It might
No,
not be as tacky.
no, our midfield wasn't terrible, but
It just wasn't tacky.
compare it to theirs.
Why?
And the
are you-
creativity.
Yeah, Wijnaldum,
why
Fabinho,
you
and
want
Henderson.
City, huh?
Wijnaldum that season was crazy.
No, I'm not done. Obviously, Liverpool were amazing that season, but we are looking at this team.
Name
that
me
just
City's
wiped
midfield
everybody
trio,
else.
because I can say KDB and Rodri. Who makes that third spot?
Silva.
No, David Silva was.
That
David
season.
Silva.
No,
David
Bernardo
Silva wasn't
Silva.
there.
Bernardo
Bernardo Silva. It was Bernardo Silva was there. Foden was in and out. Alvarez played as a cam sometimes.
Are you saying your front three is not better than their front three?
Our front three is better.
Your fullbacks are better than their fullbacks. Your
Our-
centre backs are
our
better than their
front
centre backs.
three-
Your goalkeeper is
our
better than their
front
goalkeeper.
three-
Keeper's better than their keeper. Yeah,
Okay, our front three is better than their front three, but their one striker alone, I think, scored more.
Baisab, what are you talking about?
I
Mane,
think-
Sadio Mane. Are we talking about Sadio Mane? Firmino, Salah? Come on, man.
Isn't Erling Haaland's 36 game season?
Yeah, he got 36 goals, but you're saying he was better than
And
Salah,
52
Mane,
all
and
competitions.
Firmino.
I didn't say he's
Come
better
on,
than
bro.
all of them. I said he scored more.
Salah, Mane, and Firmino did stuff in big games. Haaland, where was he in the Champions League? Like in the final, he was a ghost. In the semi-finals, he was a ghost. He dunked on all the smaller teams, yeah, but against Real Madrid and against Inter Milan, he didn't do anything. So yeah, Haaland was good, but come on, man, you got to back your team, bro. Your whole 11, maybe apart from midfield, your whole 11 beats them 11. I think that's very fair to say. A prime Trent
just-
and a
I just
prime.
feel-
Sorry,
I
the
feel-
22-23 season, you'll never even mention the guy. You'll never even mention the guy. I asked him who's that third spot. You'll never even mention the guy who actually helped him become treble winners in Ilkay Gundogan. Because he does the Ilkay Gundogan FA Cup final. And he was clutch for them in the Premier League
True,
that season.
facts.
And you'll never
Yeah,
mention him. So
Facts.
was he actually irrelevant on? But he was actually good. I think I just forgot.
How do you remember Bernardo Silva against Real Madrid? I'm just ashamed, Nikhil, bro. You're not even like nothing.
I just
There's no points here.
There's
Like,
no
come
points.
on.
I think Man City
Bro,
just gave me
Do you remember that ball KDB played in behind against Newcastle for Haaland? Though?
Yeah, I did.
That outrageous ball.
Oscar Bob
Yeah.
also.
That was fucking
Way
crazy.
too- yeah,
Just
he
thinking
did,
about it
yeah.
now.
This is the emergence of Palmer, by the way. I don't know if Hamza also if there's any.
Yeah, he did.
Emergence of Palmer.
He's good.
Facts.
Come on, Nikhil, please.
I-
Give me something for Liverpool, please, bro. This is
Sometimes
embarrassing.
when you try to be so
I can't get
unbiased,
past it.
you become biased against your club.
No, this is
good though. I
I'm
just
not
feel
for
that
long,
I just feel like the City team overall, they were just so powerful and they could do it more consistently than Liverpool.
Nikhil, tell us
I
why
think that
Liverpool.
Manchester
Forget
City
City.
Premier
Let's
League
just talk
team.
about how good Liverpool were. Please, bro. You got Liverpool
the
back
Salah-
behind you, please.
Look, that Salah Mane Firmino was phenomenal, right? We are outscoring teams. We were literally smashing them out the park. We only lost games after we had already won the league. I understand that and I know that. Klopp obviously went from the 18-19 season to almost winning it and kept the mentality. And Liverpool, obviously, Salah Mane Firmino, they were phenomenal. They beat everybody. And I just feel that if you I love the 1920 Liverpool team. Yes, we did what we needed to do. I know it was a COVID season as well, and people downplay it a lot. But if
It
you're
wasn't really a
comparing it to
COVID
the
season.
City
People
team,
make it seem like the whole season was COVID season. Liverpool already
I
won
know,
the
and
league, then COVID
I mean,
happened.
They won the
was
league.
close.
Yeah, long time ago.
I just feel like
The
same
City
thing
season
happening
after
now.
that, we can discredit that one completely because they won the league
Of
in COVID.
course. Yeah, no, that's true. I just feel like this Man City team, with what they did and how they played and the goals they scored and just the cohesion of the team as a whole, as much as Liverpool also had it, I don't know.
Okay,
I feel like
can we do a bit of research real quick? Just real quick. Because obviously you're talking
Yeah.
about Haaland carrying Manchester City with the amount of goals they scored.
I think
outscored
Haaland
Liverpool.
36. I think
Can
Haaland
we make
36
sure?
goals, KDB 14 assists or 16 assists.
So,
Bro, it's not even that.
can-
Remember, we
can we just
mentioned
make sure?
earlier.
Can we just make sure who scored more goals in their respective seasons? Can we just do a fact check there real quick?
Do it? Yeah.
Bro, it's not only that.
Sounds
Remember
like
earlier
Omar.
we mentioned Alvarez, bro, as a rotational player, 17 goals. As a rotational player. That is crazy. Which player from Liverpool would do something like that?
Hamza,
That's Salah,
Yes,
Mane,
you got something
Firmino,
for
bro.
us.
Mane that season.
No,
Come
I'm
on,
saying
bro.
as a rotational player.
Who cares about rotation, bro? We don't care about rotation.
Bro, that
Liverpool
is
did it in a different
that's
way.
important in
No,
terms
but they
of
didn't play
tactical
together.
masterclass.
Because Liverpool
They
did it
didn't
with
play together a few
Coutinho money.
times.
And we joke about Coutinho money. This is Coutinho money, Liverpool. With a right back who came from the academy, a left back who came from Scotland, right, for 5 mil. You got Van Dijk who came for 70 mil from Southampton, became one of the best centre backs of all time. This is their first Premier League title ever. First Premier League title ever. They got over the line, and bro, they got over the line in November. I remember watching him and being like, bro, this is one. This is, I don't know what I said.
Think how much pressure City had as having this flippant formidable team and not winning the treble. Every year it was talked about. Every single season they're winning the Premier League is getting boring, and then eventually they finally did it. And it comes back to actually Pep's masterclass of putting stones into the midfield, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Babs the boss. Let's talk about it. Let's do player for player, right? If we're being serious, let's do player for player. In net, who goes in net? Alisson or
And before we do that, just one last stat to be tossed on top of it all. That 1920 Liverpool holds the record, tied with Manchester City Centurions, but holds the record for longest winning streak, 18 games.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, that 18-game winning streak was done after they went on an 18-game winning streak. Before that also, we went on an 18-game winning run, drew against Manchester United at Old Trafford, then we went on another 18-game winning run. So that Liverpool team was absolutely no joke.
Bro, 38 games played.
That is mad. I
wins.
forgot about that. So that's mad.
99 points.
99 points. Okay, let's do that player for player thing. Let's start from goal. Yeah.
Alisson.
Alisson.
Let's go right back.
Trent.
Trent,
bro.
And let's go centre back pairing. Van Dijk and who? John Stones?
Van Dijk.
And Diaz.
Bro, Ruben Diaz that season also, bro, was insane.
Well, wasn't Laporte still playing for them then?
Yeah, bro,
well?
just rotational. But
I think Diaz was better.
Diaz that season was immense, bro, in the back.
Left back.
But so was Stones, bro.
Right back Robertson.
100%.
Robertson.
We'll go 4-3-3 and let's try and do a 6-8 and a 10. So CDM.
Rodri,
bro.
Rodri, yeah. Then who's the 8?
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva.
No John Stones in there. Can we do a double pivot of Rodri and John Stones?
Tactical masterclass, he falls in there.
Okay, but I think Man City.
Laporte was way better than Diaz that season. You're plugging. Or you're bugging.
Laporte was a bit injury prone that season, man. I think.
No,
are you sure?
I think after that he went to Saudi. I think after that season.
Yeah, but he was really good.
Nathan Ake even. Nathan Ake.
The other thing is super underrated.
Eek.
Okay, so Rodri, Bernardo Silva, number 10, KDB.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Right winger, Riyad Mahrez or Mohamed Salah?
Mo Salah.
Salah.
Left wing Sadio Mane or
Sadio Mane.
who was the left winger? Grealish?
Mane, bro. Mane. I'm
Mane,
wearing Mane
Sadio
any
Mane,
day.
any day.
And then striker Haaland or Bobby?
Haaland.
Bro. Haaland, bro.
So I think that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Manchester City players and 6 Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's evenly contested, bro, but I still would have City.
I'll go.
Now they have to talk about the accomplishment then.
Oof.
Just because of the accomplishment.
Yeah, bro. Because that's how close it is, bro.
Player for player. But like, bro,
what Liverpool did that season and the consistency that they had. Did Liverpool sign anybody, if I can remember, from the 18-19 going into 19-20? Was there anybody that we signed?
No.
Did we take the
Only
same team
Takumi Minamino mid-season.
Yeah, only China
mid-season.
And I mean, mid-season. And I mean, he did score 1 or 2 goals here for us. I know he didn't really hit it off the mark at all, but we took that same team and had that mentality to go forward. Whereas City, and they just kept going. So look,
did City sign Haaland the season before or in that season?
No, that was his debut
season. This was his
that
debut
was his
season.
debut season. That was the one where they had it was City and they had the
besides Haaland, who else did they buy?
In that season, didn't Alvarez come that season as well?
Alvarez, yeah.
No, Alvarez came he came in the season before that.
No, they came together because I remember them taking pictures together.
Are you sure? Wasn't Alvarez bought in January or something?
No,
yeah,
but
he was on loan at River Plate, and then he came that summer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I would go 22, 23 City, but I'm just ashamed Nikhil didn't fight for Liverpool.
Yeah, bro. I'm also going City.
Yeah.
They only signed. They only signed Calvin Phillips and they signed Erling Haaland that season, and then I think Ortega or something. They are the goalkeeper. Look, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. I mean, Liverpool with what we did was phenomenal, but I know they'll be looking at it as the greatest Premier League team of all time. I don't know why I can't not overlook the whole treble and what they accomplished. I mean, it's like
incredible.
It's hard not to look at it because they won that and they still won the Premier League. It's crazy.
Yeah. And for people
and they won it comfortably even at the same time.
So
no, I mean that Man City team actually, like, let's not also undermine the Premier League campaign that they had. As much as obviously the 1920 Liverpool had a much more dominant Premier League campaign, City. But remember, when you're challenging in 2 other competitions and coming to the Premier League, where that's almost like a final every weekend, and you are chasing down Arsenal. That was the first time Arsenal were title challengers when they were about 9 points clear after 29 games.
And then
City team, as much as they were.
They hit that run.
They hit a crazy run, you know?
Did not lose, bro.
There was a reason, bro, why I haven't brought that up, you know.
Yeah, sorry, Mac. I knew you weren't gonna.
It's just that they just didn't lose. And yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you look at it, Liverpool, of course. I think we in that season, we obviously, yes, we had fewer losses, but City scored more goals. I mean, they had 89 points. We had 99 points.
Did we fact check that?
Liverpool had fewer losses, but City scored more goals.
How many
goals did they concede?
City scored 94 goals. We scored 85. Against us, it's even, sorry, 33.
Yeah, so like Trent was like 10 plus assists each, bro. Like that team was.
I think.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Like I believe if Liverpool had to play that team, the creativity that we would see from both sides, from Trent and Robertson and KDB, would be insane to watch. But I think, again, Liverpool have more attacking options than what they had. I think them for that season, it was a KDB Haaland link up. You got 17 assists on one side, you got 36 goals coming from him combined together. Liverpool, Mane, Salah, Firmino, goals are coming from freaking any of the front three. So, this is a good one, man.
I think my votes would City. My vote is with City. I think Liverpool were incredible. I think even the fact that like Arsenal were ahead for so long, and Man City just went, okay, cool, we'll take that. We'll snatch your chain. We'll snatch the FA Cup final chain. And what they did to Real Madrid, that's kind of the thing that pushes me over the edge. Is like they dominated Real Madrid 4-0. Right? In that game at the Etihad, like they were nobodies. Like you don't do that in a semi-final of a Champions League. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know? It's
crazy. I think.
And then when Haaland didn't do anything in the final, Rodri scored the goal.
And you see the thing was you look at the City team, right? How far did we make it in the other competitions whilst winning the league that season?
Yeah, Champions League, we got knocked out in the round of 16, I think, against Atletico.
I think
Carabao and FA Cup, I can't even remember.
this was the game against Atletico where Adrian had his brilliant performance, amazing performance he had in the UCL.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. Where Bobby scored in extra time and we were going to go through.
We were going, yeah. That time away goals was still a thing.
I mean,
So
I know.
obviously Atletico got the away goal.
Where did
But
City
Toronto
finish
got
in the
the-
Carabao Cup? Did they lose in the final?
That season? Nah, I don't think so. Otherwise, then we would have been talking quadruple. Yeah, others
Yeah,
would have been
there were
talking quadruple.
talks on that, is it?
I'm just trying to think who knocked them out.
Because United, was it United or Newcastle? Newcastle United, I think, beat them.
Who won
Was it
the
Newcastle?
Carabao Cup in the 23
No.
season?
Someone just
I think
check it
they
up.
lost to Newcastle at home. Newcastle at St James's Park, I think.
Yeah, and then United beat Newcastle because that was the Rashford season, yeah. That was the Rashford this season.
So still, bro, they reached the semi-final, that means, is it?
Yeah, they would have
No,
probably
I
been quite
think that was
far.
in, like, the
Southampton, they say.
quarterfinals or-
Mikhail says Southampton.
Southampton, was it?
Southampton.
Someone
22,
just check this
23
out. bro.
United won. 22, 23
Oh,
United
no,
won.
yeah. 'Cause
Oh, no.
City got
No,
knocked out by
they won it,
Newcastle
yeah.
last year, I think.
Yeah. So I think Southampton must have knocked Manchester City.
So
out.
where did City finish in the Carabao Cup?
Not Scooby, mate.
City were knocked out in semi-final by Newcastle.
See,
Good
bro,
day,
yeah.
that's
Mikhail
you can't get
United,
any more
man.
closer than that.
Yeah, but they didn't win it, though.
Bro, they still won the treble that season.
No, but I mean, like, I don't think you can use that as a point because, like, 2019-20 Liverpool,
yeah.
first of all, this is their first league title in 30 years, but Klopp, evidently, to his own detriment, just didn't care about the cups at all until 2021. The year
I
after,
feel like it's unfair to talk about the Liverpool consistency of how long we did it in that season because then people can come at me and be like, okay, but Man City did it consistently over the Premier League, the Champions League, and the freaking other cup. Then I'm gonna be like,
No, I'm not gonna lie. I
Liverpool
think
was so
it
good.
is City's, bro.
I hate to say it, but again, this Liverpool team is being compared to a team that won the treble, freaking scored 94 goals, 36 goals for a goal scorer, 17 assists or 14 assists for KDB, and won the Champions League and the Premier League and the freaking other cup and made the semi-final. And
But to play
managed
devil's advocate, though, they did win a treble, yeah, and you do need luck on your treble, but they did have a bit of a fugazi run. Like that Man United team was not very good, right? That they beat in the final. Then they faced Inter Milan in the final, where Lukaku was protecting Man City's goal more than protecting his own goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So
at the
it's
end of
like
the day, you can't
little bit
downplay
of
other
United-
teams. You can't downplay other teams if they're doing so well. That's like downplaying all the other teams because Chelsea kept such good clean sheets.
I would say the City thing is above Liverpool because I think in the Premier League they probably were better, but like the treble thing, yeah, it's all well and good.
I would actually say the opposite way. I think Liverpool are better in the Premier League, but Manchester City. You say Manchester
better
United
overall.
weren't good, but that was the season Manchester United won the Carabao Cup, which is a trophy that they won before this. So Manchester United had the potential to be double champs in the 22-23 season. So it was an okay United team. Rashford was on fire that season. So it was actually a good United
Bro,
team.
imagine the mental capacity to be competing on all four. Imagine how crazy that is. To get knocked out in the semi-final and win a treble at the same time. That is
Yeah, but I mean,
unheard of, bro.
Look how
And
big
at the
their
same
squad is.
time, no, I was just gonna talk about that. They say City had squad depth. Bro, City's squad wasn't even that big. It was about 21 players max. I think where the squad depth came into it is where they had world-class players on the field, but also on the bench at the same time, bro. That was the
1920
difference.
Liverpool actually had no squad depth also, by the way.
Okay, that throws a spanner, but no, I think City.
Yeah, that's true because that's why I said to you, we brought the same squad from 18-19 into 19-20.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
signings
but
were made
I won't even lie.
in that
I think
18-19 time.
Pep hates having big squads. He despises it.
Yeah.
But
21 players max is basically another starting 11.
He hates
Just to
having big
let you
squads,
guys
he'll
know,
get
and
that
I didn't
sound
know
check out.
this, and I did not know this, but for Man City's forwards, it was Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez, Riyad Mahrez going under a forward, and guess who their backup forward was? Mr. Liam Delap.
Oh, yes, Liam Delap was
No,
right.
no,
And Cole Palmer was
Yeah,
right.
you know.
And,
Palmer's
Yeah,
one
he's
of
from
the
the
midfielder.
academy, bro.
and Paul Kalma. Oh my God, imagine, that's crazy, bro.
Bro, Liam
Ah,
Delap
yeah,
at City
you know
was
what?
talked about as
You
one of
brought him
the
up.
best
Yeah,
up-and-coming
City,
strikers.
No, I think it was a good debate. It was a good debate because you can't just say one. Oh yeah, they're definitely better. Whatever. We brought some good points about this 1920 Liverpool. Unfortunately, they did fall short quite early in the Champions League that season. We can't even recall the FA Cup and Carabao Cup runs because I feel like they also got knocked out quite early in those competitions. So as much as they had a 99-point winning season, winning the earliest point and everything, went out to Arsenal. No, we beat Arsenal that season it was in the FA Cup. We beat them. Just at 4-4 and we won on penalties.
We also beat you at home.
Yeah.
In the Carabao Cup.
No, in the league.
In the league that season.
Did we not beat them in the league that season?
No. I'm talking about, do you know in the Carabao Cup? Do you remember when you played in the black
kit? Liverpool that season
in the league.
I think
we won them that day. Hamza, we won them that day.
City came to Anfield and beat us. We won the league.
Did we not beat you when you won the league?
No, we won. We did that.
City beat us.
Wait. Are we talking about Arsenal in the domestic cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget, we went to penalties and Curtis Jones got the winning penalty at the Cup end.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You guys had like a freaking
4-4, 5-5
or something. Yeah, we were playing ridiculous.
I do not recall that.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm talking about when Emi Martinez was still playing for us. Did we not win that game?
Yeah, Emi Martinez was still there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we won that game. Oh, I think it was a draw, probably.
It was a draw, but we went to penalties and we won on penalties.
No, but I'm saying in the league after you won it, like.
No, definitely never win us in the league that season. That's for sure.
No.
I think that season.
I'm trying to think, what was the result then? I think we drew. We probably drew. Because you already won the league by then.
Because y'all won us at your ground that season, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, y'all did with us.
So, okay, ball knowledge is still there, bro.
Yeah, still there. Okay, cool. Let's move on there. 22-23, Manchester City makes it to another final on the brink of a quadruple.
In Liverpool's Premier League title winning, we drew 1-1 at Emirates. Salah scored and Aubameyang scored. And then in the second meeting at Anfield, we won 3-1. Mane, Salah and Firmino scored. Nicolas Pepe took the early lead for them. And then we came back and smoked them.
I saw the 2020-2021 season.
1920 season. 1920, we drew. I remember we drew 1-1.
So which season did we win at the Emirates? There was one though. I know when you
probably
I only won the league once though.
That was his debut season. Probably that.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on now. Oh, Hamza, what are we saying here? Okay, first before Hamza even gets involved here, chat. We don't rather have 15 goals conceded or 100 points on the scoreboard.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Oh shit! Let me see.
You know, for like the last 5 minutes,
okay, how's that?
You guys have been debating City and Liverpool. What I've been thinking in my head is like, shoot, I know what's coming, bro. Like I know, I've got a big fight on my hands at the moment, right? But generally, what do I think is better? I know you said 100 points or 15 goals conceded, and this is tough. This is not an Arsenal. The Invincibles
it's
shouldn't have
offense
been
versus
that hard.
attack.
I think I made that way harder than it should be. But this 17-18 City team, oh my God. I still remember to this day, the ball Kevin De Bruyne did to Sane on the run when they won 6-0 against Stoke was like the best pass to this day I've ever seen in my life. I remember thinking, this is football. This is Que Jugador. When KDB scored that left-footed banger against us on his first game back at Stamford Bridge, like with a proper team, unbelievable. The goal against Leicester City, unbelievable. Yes, that 04-05 team was incredible. Absolutely, like, revolutionized the league. But that 17-18 team was just something else. So,
this is quite irrelevant, right? But I just thought it was a funny point to mention also. A 17-18 team was the team that dethroned Chelsea's 16-17 winning team.
I think we dethroned ourselves, to be honest, because we finished 5th because we couldn't beat Huddersfield on the penultimate day.
I would like to also say that Liverpool were the ones to break their Premier League streak of what they were going on.
Yeah, Mac, you should thank us that. Mac, you should thank us. Oh, shit, yeah, that also.
But
we smoked Oxlade-Chamberlain, bang. Salah, bang. Mane, bang.
See,
Firmino,
that was
bang.
the reason we sold Oxlade-Chamberlain here, bro.
Guys, Oxlade-Chamberlain, that 17-18 season for Liverpool.
And the City team beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final as well, so that's got to count for something. The 04-05 team did win the Carling Cup, so we both did win the double. But City won 6-0, I think, in the final. Was it that year they won 6-0 in the final of the FA Cup? Was it?
I
No, that
think
was season.
this-
No,
after
that
the
was a
second
following season.
Bro,
following
but
season.
it goes like to what Nikhil said. What's his more
No, we
rare
won
to
this,
get
we won
100
this. I
points,
think that year.
or
Oh my god,
bro,
I can
to
win.
get-
I can win this.
bro, it goes down again to
no,
to what
don't
Nikhil
say
said.
He's gonna win this one.
To
He's
get
gonna win
100
this one.
points or 15 goals conceded.
You can't do it for this one. You could do it for the Arsenal one. I bet
Bro, we're not on that anymore, bro. We're on the next one now.
You are your own for this one. You're gonna cook
We-
me for this one.
We're on the next one now, bro. Because look at it. You said that season Chelsea had 95 goals, bro. That's 5 away from that.
5 points away from Centurion record. Yeah, 95 points.
Cook,
5, bro.
Cook.
Look, this was
Now I'm
the
done, bro.
season
But that's
where that whole that City 17
too much praise for Chelsea.
was that whole season where I think Pep Guardiola started that whole inverted wing backs thing with Cancelo and Walker, and it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane the way they played it. I mean, with that midfield with Fernandinho, KDB, I think it was KDB, David Silva, Fernandinho. It was insane. And like he did that whole
Yeah.
Walker Cancelo buzz with inverting and then pushing wide and then
Cancelo wasn't
overlapping.
there at this point.
Cancelo wasn't there. Yeah,
No, Cancelo was there. Cancelo was there.
Oh, he wasn't a regular. He wasn't. Fabian Delph was the left back.
He didn't come
Fabian
there.
Delph was the left back. Oh, he never come. Yeah. Fabian Delph was the left back and Kyle Walker was the
Cancelo
right
was
back.
there. I
Bro,
don't know.
imagine Fabian Delph
Cancelo's
that
not
season.
Centurion, bro. I don't think Cancelo's a Centurion.
Fabian Delph was on the verge of leaving Man City also at the same time that season.
Yeah.
Basics
Oh,
of
I'm trying to
football.
think.
It's the
Zinchenko was
basics.
also left back. No, I think Cancelo
Zinchenko.
Cancelo definitely never come that season because Cancelo wasn't in the season when. Because the following season was the Liverpool Champions League winning season, and I can't remember facing a Cancelo.
Bro,
Yeah,
th-
Cancelo,
that,
it
that's
wasn't-
the
it
reason
wasn't
why.
He came
That's
season
the reason
afterwards,
why Pep made the whole inverting thing because Fabian Delph was a midfielder which transitioned into a left back for him, and he did this exact same thing with Zinchenko.
Zinchenko.
Well,
I'm not
I
gonna
mean-
lie. I'll just give you some of my points quickly. I'll just say that the Centurions, Hamza was also talking about it earlier about Jose came in, there were some established people already, and he was like, screw you, I'm gonna win. Now the 17-18 Manchester City team, that's only Pep's second year, I think, at the club, if I'm not mistaken, second year.
Yeah.
Second year to go, then Centurion in your second year is insane. And then you're also versing Klopp, Mourinho was Manchester United's manager, Conte, Chelsea's manager after winning the league. Wenger was still there. So for Pep to come into the greatest league of all time in his second season to walk out with 11 points, 100 points, 106 goals, 79 goal difference. I don't know how you can really argue that, all because your wall was a bit more harder to penetrate. Because at the end of the day,
No,
I
I
think-
mean,
let's
that's
talk about how many
that's being
losses
very
also.
facetious, bro. City and Chelsea, I think, are the same team, right? In the sense that they both revolutionized the league, and as you said, they came in and they broke up whatever was the status quo at the time, right? Mourinho came in and revolutionized, football. Pep Guardiola came in and revolutionized football, right? To even a higher extent than he did at Barcelona, right? Because now, even 8 years later, people still play like Pep. Pep disciples are everywhere. You've got Arteta, you've got Maresca, you've got Barry Murphy, you've got like all these other Pep disciples everywhere around the world. Even when you see grassroots football, they play out the back because of this City team, And I think Mourinho is an iconic team. Unbelievable, 95 points, beat whoever we need to beat, and absolutely broke up that duopoly. But I think it's a personal preference thing, right? As you said, what do you appreciate more? And also, we all saw this City team more than we saw the Chelsea team, and I think they're virtually the same, right? But the fact that City got 100 points, I love that Chelsea team. It's why I support Chelsea. But I'd have to go for Manchester City. If we're saying the greatest team, I'd have to go for Manchester City.
The other thing you point out is going forward, who had more fluidity? It
was
would
more
definitely be.
We had
be
Robin,
City,
Duff,
bro.
and Drogba.
Bro.
You know what I mean? And Lampard scoring 20 goals.
But watching a team when you start watching football, what makes you fall in love with the game? Fair enough, goals is one of them, but watching a team play is different, bro. The adrenaline that gets you going on that is different.
Yeah, De Bruyne.
So that's
bro.
how I'm going for City,
I
bro.
watched that season of De Bruyne, and it automatically in my head, to be honest, bro, said, okay, he's, for me, I think it's like the first or second best Premier League player of all time. Just watching those two, watching that season, De Bruyne, unbelievable, man. It hurts for me to concede to City, but if there's any team on this board to concede to, that City team, I'm okay with.
also think that, like, you're forgetting one of the greatest players of all time. Also, Aguero was there. Like, he was still kicking about. It wasn't really fading, really. I would say that season Aguero was still doing quite well for Manchester.
Aguero was cooking, yeah. I mean,
bro, that season, Aguero, everyone triple captained him against Newcastle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Aguero was cooking.
Bro, that was crazy.
I think Pep Guardiola invented a type of play. He did, like, just how Jurgen Klopp invented a type of play for Liverpool, and the way we did that high press when Pep came in, and I think in that 17 season he signed Edison, he signed Bernardo Silva to come in the side.
Possession.
And I mean, he had that possession-based play of that pass and move and the creativity that just destroyed everybody. I think they had 2 losses and 100 points with 106 goals scored. You don't do that quickly. And I mean, like, fair play to Chelsea as well. What Jose did when he came in, I mean, he stood his ground as being the special.
That was his first season, not second. That was his first season.
Exactly.
By the way.
And I mean, both of them contributed to football in a way that will leave a mark forever. What Jose has done, I don't know if it can get replicated again. What Pep has done in the way he's played and things is something that, took off the mark insanely. Now people are playing a different type of ball. So the way he took those players and what he did with them and hit that 100 point in the second season, it's terrifying to watch. I mean, it's like even when Liverpool beat them and you 3-0 down at Anfield. You are 3-0 down at Anfield. The mentality to come back, I mean, 3-0 down and for us to win, 4-0 down, I think, and then for them to come back 4-3 in that game. 4-1. It was crazy. It was crazy for them. It's like the mentality that they had. You could see that Liverpool in that 17-18 season, the defense was frail. I mean, I think when we played them, Van Dijk was there, or he wasn't there yet, and we had Clavan who was playing. Yeah, we had Clavan that was playing at the back, and Alberto Moreno, and Lovren, Matip, Clavan was in and out. It was a situation where you could see that team was building to some heavy greatness, because no matter how difficult the struggle was, they were coming back. And then obviously we played them in the Champions League, and just to go to their home, I still believe one of Liverpool's best performances ever was to win there 2-1 by that Otamendi screw up and for Firmino to come through. But I was terrified. I was terrified to go in the Champions League night that we knocked out that City team that season, and we had to play at our utmost. But Oxlade-Chamberlain had like a man of the match performance, but just the way they played, Liverpool was chasing shadows when we had to play them at the Etihad, and we still somehow won. So just the way that the City team played, and I believe that it would have been really good to see if they had potentially gone through, because overall they had a better team than Liverpool in that season. Liverpool was still, I think, signing more world-class players to be at their level, but Pep just made it work with their City team, with who we had and how it was working. I mean, the midfield alone speaks for itself. But if you're comparing it now with this Chelsea team, it's a very difficult one, because I believe they both bring something special to the pitch. But again, it's a preference here. It's like you want someone with 100 points, or you want someone that's going to give you a clean sheet.
To play devil's advocate, right? Just to play devil's advocate. I'm going for Chelsea, by the way, in this whole thing. But to play devil's advocate, I think there's been 2 or 3 different occasions where there are 2 or 3 different teams that's come closer to Centurions.
That's exactly what I was about to say. And that's why I also am leaning towards Chelsea for this over City, because of that. Because right now, when I did the Chelsea-Arsenal comparison, I stated it was harder for that. But in terms of City, who's the team that came the closest to making?
Oh, sorry. By the way, did I say I'm going with Chelsea? I meant to go with Manchester City. Sorry.
Bro,
oh my God.
Earlier, Nikhil, you mentioned about the passing thing. Both teams, both managers, literally revolutionized football. Before Pep came to City, okay, there was no such thing as possession-based rondos. Do you know how mad that is? No one actually thought about when people did training sessions. It used to be like normal rondos, but Pep literally incorporates possession-based rondos where each one is in their own position and moves in moments. That is flipping insane on a whole nother level.
It is insane, but again, I'll pose the question just how I did with Chelsea versus Arsenal. You look at both the sides. What is harder to do right now as a Premier League club? You see teams getting high. Look at Liverpool. We had 98 points and we had 99 points. One of them we won the league, one of them we didn't win the league. Who came close to even beating Chelsea's defensive record? Who is second?
Let me be facetious again.
I agree with that point, but...
So I'm just gonna say, because you have a stronger wall here. It's like the story about the pigs and the straw house and the brick house and all that stuff. At the end of the
Before
day,
you do that, do you think on a head-to-head
Man City is the
system
wolf
like this,
in that
and
situation.
how good Man City's attack is, you think Man City's attack here in 17-18, no Holland here, you know the 17-18 one. I mean, they had the creativity, but the goal scoring can beat this Chelsea defense.
No.
Bro,
Yeah,
Aguero, definitely, bro.
No, yeah, with Aguero, let's not forget this.
No.
If we
Aguero on his
mentioned
own.
earlier,
No. What are we talking about?
He's
What are we
making it
talking
seem as
about?
if
No, I mean, beat them.
he's making
Like,
it seem
beat
as
them in
if
the match.
17,
Like, beat
18
them in the
Man
match.
City wasn't the highest scoring Premier League team of all time.
You
So it's like an
think
immovable
anything
object
is
versus
gonna
an
get-
unstoppable force.
Bro,
No,
this
I,
four,
but do you
this
think it's an
four
easy game
diamond.
for them to just
One
beat
second,
them
lads.
easy?
One second. This diamond. I'm sorry. You can talk about Aguero till the cows come home. Obviously, all the players on this list are amazing players, right? Come on, bro. He is not
Vieira
penetrating.
scored against
Makelele, Terry, Carvalho, and Czech. I'm sorry, bro. That four. Oh, we don't even talk about Lampard and Drogba and Robin up top. We don't even need to get there. That four
Bro.
in of itself.
This season,
When you look at
well,
the
this
17-18
season exactly, Sterling
the
was a
biggest
champion
challenges
merchant. You're
for
telling me City wouldn't be able to
Manchester
score that type of goal against them?
Yeah, this is the
I-
season
I
where
would-
against
I would
low
say- I would
blocks,
say
Man City
maybe
could
they can
score
get
against
one.
all the low blocks.
Maybe they will get one.
Nah.
Okay,
I
when
doubt
you
that.
look
I
at
One or
that,
strongly
two,
doubt
yeah.
that. I
They're
think
not
they
getting
will
one.
3-0.
I think this
they'll
City team is
3-0.
beating this team, bro.
Yeah, I think
Okay, when
I
you
think
look
they
at
will
both these
3-0.
when you look at both those, I don't agree.
That's just
You think Man City?
No, not
is a
3-0.
game?
That's a bit, that's a bit wild. Not 3-0.
I don't think you'll score against this City team.
Bro, what a City team, bro.
No, I
What
think they score. I think it's like a 2-1 City, bro.
City will just
They're
pass
not
the ball
sure if you
around.
get
Okay, fine. I'm done rage baiting. I would still say that this 17-18
But when
team
you
is
look
better.
at both these teams, you look at City and you look at Chelsea, who were Manchester City's biggest challenges then? Manchester United, Spurs, because they finished
No,
second.
they had
and
no
third.
challenge.
You just made the argument that you said that we mustn't downgrade
They
the other
won
teams
by
that you're
20 points.
versing.
They had no challenges.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
Nikhil just
honest.
made the argument saying we can't talk about how the other teams never show off.
But I'm looking at it in terms of them winning the Premier League. Who were the people that were competing with them at that time? Because Chelsea had it harder.
verse who you're up against. You have to verse who you're up against. Now we can't say.
But Chelsea,
And
but I
also,
feel
City suffocated
It's not City's fault. Chelsea
to a
fell
point
off.
where they're like, we can't even win the league. Well, like teams were like, you know what, we can't even win the league. So like, what's the point of really going for it? I'm not saying that they down tools, but those teams were not good enough. They were never going to be that City team. You know.
You guys
I
know.
don't think-
You guys know. Sorry, Mac.
I don't think anyone is gonna. I don't think anyone is gonna go with that mindset because at the end of the day, players play for bonuses. So if you're going with it's City, yeah, we're gonna lose that or the other.
No, it's
I
not
don't
that.
think
they're
It's
gonna
go with
it's
that
like,
mindset.
You guys
City
know.
were
So you
beating
guys know how
everyone.
difficult it is. But you guys know how difficult it is to chase a record after winning the league already. Chelsea conceded 2 more goals, 3 more goals after already winning the league. Liverpool, in the 99-point season, when we won the league, we were still capable of getting more than 100 points, not just 100 points, but more. You got Arsenal, who won the league, they still went on to become invincible. This Chelsea team, this Manchester City team, after winning the league, probably one of the earliest ever, was still chasing down that 100-point record, playing for a record, not for winning the league. So that other kind of incentive also, you have to give them props for that.
Yeah, they were really good at football.
Yeah, attractive.
W
Like,
analysis.
even going
W analysis.
stats out of it. Stats out of it. The attractiveness. It's like you're comparing
They
definitely
both revolutionized.
Margot Robbie
they both
versus Dua
revolutionized the
Lipa,
league.
but
Bro, that's the position-based rondos. First time in my life I heard that come out from him, bro.
Yeah,
That was
they both
coach's
definitely an
revolutionized the
argument.
league. And
Definitely,
also, as you said, Noaz, both of those teams went on to dominate afterwards. So they weren't just a team for a season. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Both of you guys, all three of you guys. But these guys were a team of a generation. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends which generation you prefer. I prefer, obviously, the older generation. I'm more of an unk in
It's
that
also
sense.
style of play, isn't it?
But
It's like style
if
of
you're
play.
new gen, obviously you're going to go City, you know? But yeah, my vote reluctantly would be, you know what, I'll vote for Chelsea, but it's 50-50.
City. Let's go.
City as well from me.
I chose Chelsea.
Oh shoot! Now we're gonna have to
told
go
you.
to the chat.
That's
told
good.
you.
Chat,
Check.
get involved.
Wait. Technically, City wins it because Hamza with both. He first locked in City. Remember that?
I didn't lock
He
in.
first locked
I didn't lock
City.
in. I heard the arguments. Nikhil's argument
I
was
didn't even-
very, very compelling. Nawaz's argument was very compelling.
Haha, chat wins it, boys. Let's go.
Chat, let's see. Guys, stop debating. Chelsea 04-05 consistency, bro. City was just consistent. We're not talking about consistency. We're talking about now.
Sensei.
There's
City.
three different people said City, yeah? Straight after. It's three different people.
Okay, but when it was
The
Chelsea,
fourth
Arsenal, you
and
guys way
fourth
different.
person.
I like to be. Are you guys City fans? Did you really the empty had?
Yeah, but I asked the fans, they're not comparing the fans, unfortunately.
City, Chelsea.
Bro,
Never
all of
mind.
City's
Shame.
fans can
They got
probably
100 points for the MTR, bro.
Yeah, for the empty
I think this is it's so funny because there's no reps here. There's no representation.
Where are you gonna find that?
Yeah, but they have no reps. But look at the final now.
Yeah,
Who
look at the
needs
final.
reps? You know what I mean? When you team
Oh
up with
my
talking.
god.
And let's not forget that there's a City team here also between these two.
That won the league.
The
We know
18-19 team that won the
It's just-
domestic treble.
I think this is going to be the most interesting one because this takes away all tribalism, all rivalries, and we can see who actually knows ball. I think Mac's going to lead this conversation well because obviously he's a coach, UEFA B. Inshallah, soon land or already landed. But like between these two teams, I'm interested to see who you guys go for.
Take it away, Mac.
Yeah.
Attack.
Big pressure.
Bro.
Bro, this is a tough one. Literally, look at it, it's a tough one. But my decision is gonna go with the treble, bro. The treble is not gonna come any day of the season or something, or any season basically. Whereas the 100 points for City is achievable again. Whereas the treble, I don't think City will ever win a treble again.
But it's not the
accomplishment
record
of the
why that
treble.
17-18 City is better. Like people, you guys keep on talking about 100 points. Yeah, it's great. Scored 106 goals as well. But that's not why we think they're so good. Because we all watch them
They dominate.
live. We both watch.
Yeah.
We watch both these teams live. Why is the treble team better? Like, tell me why that team is better.
Bro, it's again where the adaptation basically from Pep and comes the Stones thing. I will never leave that scenario alone. Bro.
Yeah.
That is something on a different level, because that is literally someone so mental to think out of the box. So all of a sudden, let's play a centre back in midfield. Let's try it out. Let's see what
He played
happens.
midfield for Everton and he played midfield for Barnsley at times. So it's not like it's completely foreign.
No, but imagine taking that risk in a season where Arsenal have been on top of the league for 230, I don't know how many days. He takes that one risk to change his whole season around. That is absolutely mental.
It's tight. It's tight, this one.
Think about it, bro. And this is the 2018 season was Pep's, like, he just started it off. This is his finished product now. That was his foundation. And now he went year on, and 2022, 2023 is his final product.
Oh, hey, that's a good one. That's a good way to phrase it.
Yeah, but
Think
this
about
is
it
the
that
first
way, bro.
prototype. The first prototype is the first, you know? The 2017-18, that's the first prototype.
Recent
But also, you've got to give it
nostalgia,
credit because
I
that's
can
the
see
first
recent
iteration of it.
nostalgia.
You
know?
No one is taking the credit away. All I'm saying is that was his foundation. He built on it, and he got his final product and his aims and goals. Finish and clear. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so look,
Yeah,
let
okay.
me step in here between you daddies. Look, looking at 17, 18, and 22, 23, it's difficult. It is. It's two brilliant teams, as you say. You are saying one is a finished product, and the other one was a team that he developed. He started off with a prototype. But sometimes I believe you just got to go back to your roots of where it started. And I mean, you can compare the 17-18 to the 22-23, but in that 17-18, they did score more goals and they did lose less games. Yes, the 22-23 team may have had that insane amount of points and all of that, or amount of goals or whatever, but at the end of the day, it was still more in the 17-18. And the points were more, and the losses were less. But if you look at the team, man for man, people might say, starting 11 to starting 11, 22-23 looks better than 17-18. But if you look at 17-18 stats in the Premier League alone, they scored more, they got more points, and they lost less.
What
So-
were the teams in 2017-18 season more difficult than the 2022-2023 season?
But then now I'm going to get sounded for that because
Yeah.
they say I'm downplaying other
Yeah.
teams. Who
It's not about that. Honestly, that's what I'm just
Yes, they were.
asking.
Mac, yes, they were. They were harder in 2017-18 than they were in 22-23.
But who are the? Can we do some research here? Who was the promoted
No.
teams in the 2017-18 season, and who are the promoted teams in 2022 and 2023?
I believe it's Huddersfield, West Brom, or Huddersfield, Swansea, and another team, I think.
17-18.
Can someone just search it up there?
Huddersfield wasn't in
Oh,
17-18.
no, it was Brighton. No, I
18-19.
know who it was. It was Brighton, Newcastle, and Huddersfield. That's who it was. Because I remember watching Newcastle Brighton, and that was the most boring, rubbish game I've ever been to in my life. I will never forget that.
The Brighton and Leicester not. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm.
That's what was there
absolutely
already.
certain. Newcastle
I
won
thought
the
they came up
championship
the same
year
season before
Brighton
that.
came
I'm
second,
saying.
and Huddersfield came in the playoffs.
2015 Chelsea.
But
Leicester
no,
definitely there.
17-18 City, they face harder teams. Definitely, they face harder teams. They faced the Chelsea team that just won the league, even though Costa wasn't there. They dominated them both games, right? They played Mourinho's United, who were incredible, just won the Carabao Cup and the Europa League the year before. The only team City really
Peak
played,
Liverpool.
really
I'll say
played
that
against,
Liverpool was also
right,
quite good.
We were
Yeah,
the one, yeah. I
Liverpool
mean,
good
we
as
gave
well.
them one of the hardest times. I mean, it's
Yeah, and they even knocked them out in the
said,
Champions League. 22-23 City, who did they faced Arsenal? You know, Chelsea were terrible, Liverpool were terrible, United were United, Tottenham were Tottenham. Like
It actually tells you something when United was probably Man City's biggest
United were their biggest, and then third was Spurs. I think it was second United. I think it was third Spurs.
Nah,
if I'm not
bro.
mistaken.
The
And
treble
that's
winners
17.
take it, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about even the 22-23. The only teams
Yeah.
that really gave City pressure was United in the domestic cups, even because in the league they did the double on Arsenal. I think they won Liverpool also.
I stand by it again with what I stated from my side. The 17-18 team, more points, more goals, and lost less amount of games. And if you look at their team, you look at the starting 11 of the 17-18 versus the 22-23. Majority of the people are probably going to pick the 22-23 because Haaland is in there, and Bernardo Silva. Obviously, maybe they'll say Prime KDB and a few other players in the 22-23. But when you look at it stat for stat in the Premier League,
Why don't we do the matchup and see?
Player for player.
yeah.
Yeah,
let's do
why
it.
don't we just do the
Let's
matchup?
okay.
All right. Goalkeepers, 22-23.
It's Edison, bro.
Edison is
2017.
there.
Yeah, but which Edison?
Edison was better the first time. Come on.
Yeah.
I remember his kick. I
I'm with
remember that goal kick to Salah.
Yeah.
Right back, Danilo was, I think, the right back. Kyle Walker, sorry.
Yeah.
Was the right back on both occasions. No, I think, because Cancelo played as a left back in the treble winning season.
I think
Both occasions,
2017-18 Kyle Walker was better.
Kyle Walker was
17-18, Kyle Walker was better. Left back, Cancelo versus Zinchenko/Delph.
Yeah, give it Cancelo. Cancelo was incredible.
Cancelo, bro.
Cancelo was incredible. Yeah.
And then centre back pairing, Company and Stones
Company.
versus Diaz and Stones.
Company.
I think Company and
Company Diaz.
second Stones.
Those
Diaz,
has to be in
either
there.
So
I think one of
Company and
each,
second
basically.
Stones. Yeah.
Company Stones in midfield if you want.
So far, what's it?
No.
1, 2, 3. It's 3v2
Bro,
right
Stones
now.
does
3
not
for
get into that
17-18.
midfield, bro.
Sorry, I'm just trying to
Three.
overthink it the way City did against Chelsea in the UCL final.
So
What did you,
it's
baby?
three players so far for 17-18, 2 for 22-23. Now midfield. CDM Fernandinho versus
Rodri, bro.
Rodri,
Rodri.
KDB.
Kevin De Bruyne, treble winning Kevin De Bruyne or 17-18?
No,
Kevin De Bruyne?
17-18.
17-18.
Come on, man.
Back his
That was
thinking.
athletic, dominant, powerhouse,
Actually,
Gerrard.
it's
Bro.
not as easy.
17-18 for me.
No,
17-18.
bro. It's not that easy, bro.
It isn't
That's
that
a
easy.
De Bruyne
Bruyne
even-
good, bro.
I think
That
he
De
got his
Bruyne,
most
oh.
GA though in the 22-23. I think.
Bro, De Bruyne even changed it around for them in 2022, 2023, bro.
He did.
I
He
think
did.
he
did.
He
In the
just,
league, in
he
the
just
league, he
locked
did.
in, bro, and all of a sudden, bro.
No, but he
Stuff,
locked
bro.
in and
You
got
gotta
100
look-
points.
you gotta-
He got the assist,
I know.
I'm pretty sure, for
But we're going
Jesus,
player
he
for
got the
player
100
now
points.
in those seasons. I think KDB had the most GA
Yeah,
for
but
himself.
think about it. Most of
22,
Haaland's
23.
assists came from KDB, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I
Haaland
think
wouldn't have been put
22,
in those positions to get those amounts of goals if KDB wasn't there.
GA was more for KDB in 17-18 or 22-23. I think it is 22-23.
But it's not
Who's this
GA,
guy
bro.
asked me?
Let's
Just
forget-
search it up, bro.
Stop talking GA, bro. They were both incredible. That 17-18 Kevin De Bruyne, man, like that was the first iteration of him, and he just dominated the league. I know he did the same in 22-23, but I just can't get over how good he was so quickly. You know, like people calling him a flop after that second season. You know?
No, but think about it. KD, he was also called a flop in that season, if you don't remember. At the start of the
people saying he
season,
was washed.
KD
I remember
was,
people saying he was washed. Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, he just locked in and kicked on.
Yeah.
I'll
I
personally
prefer the
go
old.
17, 18.
I prefer the old, but I'm open to both.
Yeah, I
But
also
I
think
just can't
17,
forget
18.
the De Bruyne goal against us, goal against Leicester, and even the goal in the against Cardiff in the FA Cup, and then the assist for Sane. Those four.
I'm good to go with whatever. I'm good to go.
17, 18.
Okay, and then I think there was just a number 8 we were missing. So like a David Silva versus
Bro,
Bernardo Silva.
David
Bernardo Silva is good, bro, but David Silva, my word,
another
bro.
level. Another level.
But Bernardo Silva that season, was he not better than 17-18 David Silva?
I don't think so.
No, I don't
I think
think.
17, 18 David Silva was very good still. I think I'll probably put him over. I remember David Silva cooking a lot.
But he was good because Bernardo Silva was there as well. Don't forget, in that 17-18 season, the midfielder who played the most
Bernardo
games
Silva's debut season,
it
yes.
was Bernardo Silva. He's played like 52 games that season, you know?
Nah,
I
think
would go
David
for
Silva takes
22-23 Silva, but...
David Silva, bro. You need to.
Silva, just Silva. But if we do go for that makes it 5, 17, 18 so far. If we go for David Silva.
Yeah, David Silva, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
then 5 for 17, 18 then.
I think now the debate comes for the left wing and right wing because attack. I think.
I mean, left wing, I think Sterling is still beats Grealish. Sterling 17, 18 beats
Sane
Grealish
beats
treble.
Yeah.
And Sane beats Mahrez. I think Mahrez
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
quite good that season though in 22,
Wait.
They're both really good. That's
No,
why
bro,
they're-
I don't know
they're
about the
top
Sane one. Sane was good.
Okay.
But
Sane,
Marius, bro.
17, 18, Sane was cooking.
I know that, but Marius also was on another level, bro.
Yeah.
Mahrez was also good here.
This is not an easy one.
Yeah, this is a tough one. And Mahrez did in the Champions League.
You,
as
you
well.
know what I keep thinking about, Nawaz? I keep thinking how
Yeah, bro.
freaking Sane cut Gomez left, right, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
Yeah,
won in
that's
that
how
game.
big
But yeah.
Yeah, we won. We
Anfield,
beat them. Yeah, we beat them. But I think Sane was just so freaking clinical, but then Mahrez was so creative. Dropped the shoulder, cut inside, death throws.
Yeah, what's better?
Bro
Prime
could do
Sane or
anything.
Prime Mahrez? Because that Sane
I
was
think,
like
I think Prime Sane, he was
Rapid.
part of the Manchester City team that ain't even here. I think Prime Sane was 18, 19 Sane.
No, but 17-18 was also amazing.
No, 17, 18 was he cooked as well?
He was good, but I think he was more clutch,
Yeah,
obviously,
in the
than
next season.
the
Yeah,
league-winning
yeah.
goal,
Yeah.
essentially, the following season.
And Mahrez, what did he do this season after 22-23? He got on his bike to Saudi. So,
Just Saudi. So those, I say
conversations,
Sane, yeah.
Bro, that in the Premier League, bro. It's finished. He did his thing. He won everything there. Why not just cash it in
That's
now?
a bit like he
I
just
think
got
the
the
bag.
bag, bro. He went for the
I
bag.
think
Secure the
the
bag.
Sane.
I
My
think
vote would be
Football
Sane.
Explainer is having flashbacks.
I'm
of when
going with
Riyad
Mahrez,
Mahrez
bro.
was, I think he's having flashbacks of Riyad Mahrez cutting Aspilicueta left, right. You know?
Bro,
I
Mahrez will
remember
give it to you
exactly what I
left
was
foot,
then.
right foot, Rabona, whatever you wanted, bro.
But I
As a
remember
player,
I-
Mahrez is better. As a player, Mahrez is better.
I
As
know
a
Football
goalkeeper,
Explainer
Mahrez
remembers
also
that
is
one.
better.
I know he remembers
I
that
think
one.
as a
Bro,
player, Mahrez is better.
I would say it's like comparing Mahrez and Salah. Mahrez technically, I feel is better, but Salah all round is a better player.
Yeah. Whereas Sane all around ain't a better player than Mahrez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mahrez
but
as a
he-
player,
his light didn't bright. What does it say? His light
Bulb.
didn't shine so brightly
just
for
do
as
this.
long.
Just do this and it'll come. Just do
His
this.
light didn't shine as brightly for as long as Mahrez did. But that's 17-18 Sane. When we talk
Yeah.
about Premier League wingers, prime for
So who
prime.
we went with now?
My
I
vote
went for
Sane. I'll go
Mahrez.
Sane.
I went Mahrez.
I'm with Mahrez.
Okay. Either or, I mean, they both.
Okay, so you say Mahrez, then we can wrap up. I agree.
Yeah.
And then striker, it's Aguero versus Haaland. And
Negredo.
I think I'll say Haaland.
Negredo.
I think Negredo left. I think.
Kovacic.
Negredo for me. Negredo. For me.
Negredo, it's literally left
Sorry.
with Pellegrini, I think. Can win.
Sorry, I think probably I'm gonna go with Adebayo.
Get out of here.
All right, so I think all of us
I'll
went
go
for
Haaland.
Haaland, though, right?
I think
Which would still put the 17-18 team coming out with more players.
Are you sure?
I think
Yeah,
17-18 City is better.
seven players
That's
for
what I said.
17-18. Seven
What
players.
My
I
final
said.
decision is 17-18 City.
17-18 as well.
The reason why
Mine is
I'll also
22,
say
23.
so I guess it's up to me now to say whether it's a draw or not. So I think it's the 17-18 City team, and the reason why I say that is because I would classify that team as Pep Guardiola's greatest ever Premier League team, but not his greatest team overall, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think his greatest
Because
team overall is the other one.
The greatest team overall, if you had to say which is the best Guardiola team, you would say the treble winner. But
treble
the
winner,
greatest
yeah.
Premier League team.
Yeah, but they didn't play better. Like 17-18 City played better than 22-23 City.
But 22-23, we haven't talked about how there were less competition in 22-23, but yet they got 89 points only, not even a 90-point season.
Yeah, I mean they beat Arsenal.
Where's
that's
the
amazing, right?
Yeah. I mean, and that's something I guess you can argue as like a good point, like the fact that they were chasers and not leaders. Because obviously 17-18, once they went ahead, no one could catch up to them. But I think that point I mentioned earlier also about like, the fact that 17-18 City first, Conte, Wenger, Klopp, Mourinho, all that stuff, and they still came out with 100 points in a league filled with those managers. Like, you can't.
I think on that one, the Conte one is the big one. Because the way Conte was set up with that defensive lineup.
Holding the crown at
that's
the time
the big
also.
one.
No, but we were terrible. I can't give you that because we were terrible that year. That was not Conte from 16-17. That was a different man with a Conte mask on.
Yeah,
Victor Moses.
I'm saying
He
17-18.
beefed Costa. He put Zappa Costa in. Oh my God, he was just. I don't know what the hell Conte did in the summer of 2017, but he just said, you know what, let's blow this thing up.
The emergence of Rudiger that season.
His what do you call it? The launch video. That was so funny.
Hyena.
I didn't remember.
Oh, so what was the verdict here, boys?
Well, we're 3-1 to 17-18 City.
Yeah, looks like I lost.
And the greatest team of all time in the Premier League is the Centurions, the 17-18
Oh.
It's like
Manchester City team.
we have it there, but we're all just not happy deep down because it's City. Like, I mean, who really likes City?
But that's why it's like, you see, it's caught up to us now because City was always the team that you wanted to win because you didn't want your rivals to win. But we've all put so much positive energy into Manchester City that we've created a monster. There's literally a third team that could have been here, but because we didn't want to talk about the greatest Manchester City team of all time, we said, screw them, we're not going to put them in. Because that 18-19 team has a debate here, and it's probably better than at least 3 or 4 of these teams.
For me, let's just go around and say now, since we've got the winner, before we close, what was, for you, Mac, besides the 03-04 season, and maybe even you as well, because I know Football Explainer, your favorite is probably the 04-05 maybe, or maybe even or is it the other one that you want, where Mourinho came back?
I think the 16-17 team was my
isn't
personal
the
favorite.
Yokohama
04-05
Tigers
is better, but my personal, actually, you know what? 16-17, 04-05 are very interchangeable to me.
It's like a 6-7. I think so. Just what your favorite one? I already said mine. For me, my favorite Liverpool team was the 18-19 team.
The team that never win the league for me also.
That team for me.
It's hard to explain, bro, but it's just so
the way that team played away at the Etihad and where we lost our only game of the season, and that Leroy Sané goal for the 2-1, the build-up play that Liverpool did against that Pep ball for Firmino to score, it was phenomenal. We did I think about 31 or 32 passes or something just to finally get the ball through, and then Firmino would put it in the net, I think from a Robertson cross over the top, and it was a stroke of brilliance. I think it was from KDB or somebody, Aguero, I think to Sané, or someone passed it to Sané, and then he made it 2-1.
It was actually Sterling drove with the ball past it.
Yeah. And
I hear you, bro, on that point. But think how many times it happened to City, though? In that 2022, 2023 season. How many times they scored that type of goal in terms of passes?
I think, yeah. But for me, that's the best Liverpool team that I watched and the way we played, and we could have.
Yeah.
Again, the same.
You know, it's the
could have.
biggest what if in football then, because
It's the
10
biggest-
centimeters is
10
all it took from that
Champions
Liverpool
League.
team to be an
And
invincible
that
double
whole
winning team.
that whole John
Invincible double
Stones
winning team.
situation, Kyle Walker clearing it off the line was just. I mean, John
But
Stones.
City would have got another one. I'm sick of you Liverpool fans saying you 10 centimeters off. City would have got another one. What are we talking about?
No ways, bro.
Yeah.
It's a what if.
It would have
It's
been a
what if.
draw, I think. But it's a what
It's
if.
a what if.
Listen, yeah,
It
we're
is
not
a
we're
what
not doing a Uzi moment. Ifs are banned.
Yeah, ifs are bad.
It's,
But yeah, so
no,
so
but-
the kills honorable mention is the 18-19 Liverpool team. Mac and Hamza, yeah, what are your honorable mentions? Or do you think, first of all, do we get it right? If not, who's
I
your...
think, I think it's very
Next team.
tight. Like, I think between 6 and 10, that top 6-10 teams of all time, they're pretty even. I think 16-17 should have been here over probably a couple of these teams, probably the 2019-20 Liverpool team, or even the 03-04 Arsenal team, personally. Like, if you want to play football.
Wait,
you talk about
you
actual football.
said the 16-17 team was better than the 19-20 Liverpool team?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bro.
Bakwas. Absolutely.
No,
bakwas.
Bro, you throw
No.
Arsenal in the conversation, Invincibles as well.
I don't know how you
No,
can say the
definitely.
16-17
No,
Chelsea team is
No,
better than
definitely,
the 19-20
definitely.
Liverpool
But
team.
like, they're not higher than top 5 for sure. They're honourable mention. But like, there's a lot of teams. But you know what I find crazy about this is that United, as bad as they are now, they've won 13 Premier League titles. None of their teams got out of round 1.
Yeah, but I think there's also the teams they were up against. I think 07-08 United probably people would make the argument that they are better than obviously Leicester.
But you see, right, in the Champions League, like we mentioned, what the United team, they did it where they scored 2 goals in the last minute and won the Champions League. City did the exact same thing in the semi-final also, though. They did not do that in the second leg.
Yeah, but they
Or
got to
the
the
first
final.
leg.
Bro. Enjoy it. You got to the
Yeah.
final.
Yeah, so
Your
that's
team
what
got
I'm
to the final.
saying. There was no reason for them to go through in that 98, 99 one. And the other one, bro, that was just, like I said, the flop and winner is the 17, 18 one. No,
Yeah.
there's no debate.
Yeah. But I think it was a good overall discussion, good debates, and it was good that we didn't fully agree, and I think like we still don't fully agree with one another. But that's the beauty of football.
Good.
It's the subjectivity, and the fact that there's still tribalism, because as much as that Arsenal Chelsea debate was a fuming one, I think we got there in the end. You need to have some neutrals in the room, I guess. But yeah, the overall good video, guys, and I think for all of you all watching as well, I hope you guys really got to enjoy this episode of Prem de la Creme. Thanks so much for being involved as well. We took all of your chats into account as much as we could.
1
so
minute
really
before we end,
appreciate
can I ask one question though?
it. Yeah, go for it.
Does Nicky really support Liverpool though?
You know, that's the problem. When you try to be so unbiased, you actually become biased against your club.
All I want to say
He was
is-
being silly today.
all I want to say is that winner
No
that you
supports
got
Arsenal more than Liverpool.
that winner that you got there, Liverpool beat that team and also knocked them out the UCL.
Oof.
Finally, 2 hours into the show, he finally
It's all
said
right.
something positive about Liverpool.
It's all right. Hey, I chose
It's about
Chelsea.
damn
I chose
time.
Chelsea over the freaking City. I chose Chelsea.
It's
Chelsea.
not about making teams and
Yeah, I
allegiances
appreciate
now,
that.
bro.
But it's like, I
done.
can't
It's done.
believe you didn't even talk about the Liverpool team.
I was just.
It was almost
bro,
like you're embarrassed by them.
The Leicester one was crazy.
That
was
was
crazy.
one of the most dominant teams of all time.
But that's
If
clear.
Liverpool won actually drunk, if Liverpool won drunk 3 or 4 games before the season ended,
Bro,
we would have probably won.
Trent didn't
the
even know
league
where
with
to
105
stand. They had to
points.
tell him to wake up to start walking to go when he was
That's
10
why
in the lineup.
I hate Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool teams, and I love them as well, because the what if for the 1920 is, why couldn't you just get at least one more point? Then you could have been in discussions, because look who ended up winning this thing, a Centurion winning team. That Liverpool 1920 was 1 point off that. So it's like so close with all of Klopp's teams, all of the accomplishments, even the
It's
quadruple
always
chasing
the case.
seasons, 2 games off.
I think
it's
the
crazy.
sad, I think the sad reality is when it comes to Liverpool now, we used to be a team that used to talk about the past, and 100% I was one of them when we didn't win the league. And now it's crazy because now it's so many what if moments. Yes, I'm glad we won 2 Premier Leagues, but there's so much of what if moments with Liverpool still, and it's so frustrating. What if the ball crossed the
it
line?
could be
What
great.
what
It
if
could
be
what if
great.
what,
Big six
what if
stars.
Gundogan won? What if Gundogan won and them didn't wake up against fucking Aston Villa and freaking we laughed and said, imagine Coutinho scores and he freaking scores to make it 2-0.
That season should have really been a Liverpool domestic treble winning season at least. But
Mo Salah is scoring.
if
Mo
Botsen
Salah is scoring
Mahimis,
against Wolves, and the people in the crowd are saying, "Don't celebrate, don't celebrate. Man City are winning." It freaking breaks your heart, bro. And then you go lose the UCL final the week later.
yeah, I know, crazy, sad moments.
Oh, you can't
but
say, "Oh."
That's because De
many
Bruyne
goals?
decided to lace up his boots and Trent decided to just do this. And Van Dijk, obviously, his defending against Benzema's cross was impeccable as per usual.
I didn't even blame Valverde there, Van Dijk there against Valverde because you're telling me Trent isn't to blame there.
Nah, because it's good that
wasn't
he's
marking
jockeying. It's great jockeying from Van Dijk again. At least he didn't
I
get
would say,
drawn.
I would say from
He didn't get drawn.
that angle, Van Dijk. Okay, Mac, you're a coach also. In that angle, when the player is driving at you in the box, I would say jockey was probably the right thing to do. And let's not pretend as if you look at the back angle, it was actually a good ball. It was just a very good ball. Trent was the one that was daydreaming.
Don't worry about all of that. Can we just?
Trent is
talk
always
about
daydreaming, bro. Always.
the one that haunts me the most is when Sadio Mane took that shot and it hit the inside of the post and came back.
Okay, this is going to turn into a therapy session, which we can still do after the live.
I cannot.
So let's,
Yeah, bro, you
let's
got
make
so
sure-
many moments. You got the one where Darren Benzema scored off the beach ball and that, bro. How
Yeah,
many
we're definitely going to have a therapy session after this. So guys,
Bro,
make
until-
sure you
don't be
like,
laughing.
make sure
All
you
you want
follow
to do is coming
everybody.
to sink you at
Make sure to
Emirates
follow
again.
everybody, and yeah, let's make sure that
Nothing like that
watch the next
happen.
episode of Prem de la Creme. Okay, next episode of Prem de la Creme will be every Sunday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Cat, 6 p.m. UK. So yeah, make sure you guys watch us. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This was a good episode. Till next time.